Guzman in the air. All right. Huh? Yeah, I'm wait. All right. Come through, man. Come on, TV. Hold on. All right, hold on. I can't do this shit while the fuck. Hold on. Say it again. Hey, that intro came in right too. That shit just came off the top of the head. I didn't even know that at the beginning. I forgot the beginning part on there. That shit is not. Yeah. Man, y'all hit the link, man. It's showing that it's a view. Hold on, view. Yeah, I ain't talking about. Put that link one more time. Y'all come on in, man. Come kick it with your boy Cosmonian for a minute, man. Yeah. Creator is undefeated, bro. Just is what it is. You dig what I'm talking about? It is what it is. Y'all come on in, man. Y'all come kick it with the homie Cosmonian, man. I need to actually, let me go on and share. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to my boy Big Aboriginal Power. You dig what I'm talking about? Coming through. Shout out to my combatant Lucky Guzman. You dig what I'm talking about? For having the intestinal fortitude to actually even step up. But he was clearly out of his league. Let me share this. Big dog Philly OG in the house. Big dog, beat dog. Y'all boys hit that link. Come on, kick it with your cousin, man, just for a minute. We gonna chop it up, man. Let me throw some music on, switch it up a little bit, man. Get the second line moving. Get the second line moving. Get that second line moving. That vortex and energy moving. That boy was missing. Crazy part is I must have discombobulated him a little bit in just the opening round because he came out arguing my point. I'm about to take notes, and the stuff that I was using to debunk him, he bringing it out. And he showed, if you notice, we showed some of the same sources. He literally thought the source said that there was no people with Asian. There was a people in the Americas that was Asian looking and one that had African like looking phenotypes. But since they were denying that there were two migrations. So that means that there's only one migration. So who migrated in? Obviously, proven with genetics, it was the more Asian stock that migrated into the Americas. You dig what I'm talking about? We know that's already genetically proven. They migrated here. You dig? However you think they got here, right? But what they miss is they said that there were two. So if the man in America who has these quote unquote African features, right, that they're saying looks like the Indian, and we know the other one, the Asian, is his genetics migrated into the Americas. Well, then that means the one who looks like a quote unquote African is aboriginal to that land because he predates the oldest people you believe to be there. You dig what I'm talking about? Night night. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all come kick it with your big cousin, man. It wasn't even close. He tried it though. He tried it. I ain't mad at him. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't mad at him. Let me put a little something in the background real quick. Y'all come go get your cousin, man. Tell me what y'all thought, man. Any thoughts? Did you learn anything new? You dig what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm saying? Y'all sub, like, share, man. Go to Cosmon Cal TV. Sub, like, share. Shout to the creative gang, man. Shout to the faith. What? That mug repping heavy. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout to the 4 horsemen, man. Shout out Sela Shalom, Harold Cosmon, Malachi Maccabee, man. You dig what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all brothers. Appreciate the hard work that y'all put in, man. Appreciate that you love my father. You dig what I'm saying? They don't get it. As much as I sit up there and argue tonight, right? As much as I sat up there and argued tonight, turn it down. All of it's still low-hanging fruit. I really don't care who you are. I care if you're good and are you willing to work. I can really give a damn about your skin color. You know what I mean? But because the Aboriginal heritage applies to me, so I apply my knowledge, you know, to the subject. And now the expanded knowledge that I have, you know, when applying the science of a waspy to what's going on in the world, it puts you in a different place, right? It puts you in a different place. You get a 76-24 split in a debate. You dig what I'm talking about? Let's see who in here. You dig what I'm talking about? Honor and humility in this thing, man. Create a gang. Gang is in the house. Yafa Nava, my sister, man. Listen, y'all better be paid. Shout out Yafa Nava. I am Mana. Peace to the creative gang, right? Love and light, sister. Love and light. Who else up in this thing? I am Mana said, yeah. I can fight. Keep telling them. Keep telling them. Dig what I'm talking about? What I got going on here? 30. Malachi Maccabee, Maccabee in the house. Kelly Green. Peace, Kels. Dig what I'm talking about? What's up in this thing? Kelly Green said, peace to the fam, man. Create a gang, man. Peace to the family, man. To my brother, SC Nazarene Faithis. Peace, man. He say, tap the like when you come in. Listen to the sister. She's smart. You dig what I'm talking about? They saying the waspy is too, hot. Yeah. No, we snap teeth. It's a difference. No, we leave you toothless, not we toothless. Jaja ain't make us all like that. You dig what I'm talking about? We not all like that. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We not Christians. You dig what I'm talking about? You talk that highfalutin whatever. You dig what I'm talking about? Trash. And the thing is, that go on every level. Creator say you got to master the elements anyway to be a god. So that means you got to master everything. Everything it is to know about this thing before you can get up there and call yourself running shots. You dig what I'm talking about? So I was applying really old methods. You did what I'm talking about. Wasn't no reason for me to change the wheel for a debate that was simple. You did what I'm talking about. You can't show genetic affinity if no genetic testing is ever done, man. It's just simple. And his sources was old as dirt. You did what I'm talking about? I was in 2023. I just stay here. You did what I'm talking about? Real time. And that's the thing with Owaspy. You did what I'm talking about. It'll say a thing, and then all you got to do is know where to go look at it. And it's right there. It's already been proven. We just don't know. You did what I'm talking about? All of it's been proven. Like before y'all really got to get into the ether talk and all that stuff, you dig what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody wasn't. Man, when you go look at ether, man, the old scientists knew it. I think this is why it seems like what they was doing was so magical, and they tell them it's myth now today. Boy, these boys had science. You got to think about it. The same stuff that will be revealed in Owaspy is the same stuff Yeshua got. It's the same stuff Capilia got, Chinese got, Sakaya got, Moses got. This the same stuff Abram got, the same stuff Zarathustra got 9,000 years ago, 7,053 BC. Could you imagine having the understanding of Owaspy then before you could even understand what a car or how to listen? Them boys was way ahead of the game, and feel lucky because now in today's time in Cosmos, y'all ahead of the game too. He was so discombobulated, he talked himself into my conversation. He literally we were driving down the street in a chicken dude, and he swerved into my lane, and I didn't stop. But I got an 18-wheeler. You see what I'm saying? So it was crazy. He literally got in my lane. And it was crazy. I thought it would go over a little bit. That mug ended on perfect time. Right on perfect time, man. Big Ab in here. Big Ab Power in here. Philly OG in here. Kevin Gullah Ill say peace to the chat, man. He say congratulations on the win. Shout out to you, Kate Glover Ill. That's what's up, man. Hey, listen, man. Shout out to the Moors, man. I got a deep history with the Moors, both sets. You dig what I'm talking about? Anybody will tell y'all the very first temple was at what? 48 inches, right? Michigan, right? In a small town called Mount Clemens, right? Guess who grew up at 82 inches? Okay. And that's with the MSTA. But I came up a Moor, a M-U-U-R, Moor. Like an indigenous, aboriginal type. You dig what I'm talking about? Wasn't really religious per se, but we did follow the 120s. You dig what I'm talking about? But now that I'm looking back at it, that's common. That's really, it's on point. You dig what I'm talking about? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shout out nonetheless, man. Y'all hit the link, man. Y'all come through, man. Sub, like, share this thing, man. Cosmos Cal TV, man. They be shadow banning your boy anyway, so you dig what I'm saying? We gonna get it out here, man. Shout out Lamont Williams. Thank you for coming through. Kelly Green up.
Gang, created gang in the building. Hey, man, the creator's unstoppable, brother. I want to salute you. I want to salute you on your easy victory, man. That was an easy victory. I watched the whole thing. You know what I mean? You know your little brother ain't nowhere near biased at all.
Right.
You understand?
If I
But
got crushed or if it was close, you would say,
yeah,
"Calm
yeah.
down,
I had to tell your ass, big
bro.
bro, you
Like,
getting
bro,
long
you
in the
getting
tooth.
your ass
Big,
caught."
hey, I would have to tell you, big bro, you getting long in the tooth, nigga. Like you might want to sit on back. but no, man, that was easy. I like the way you showed the earliest migration. For one, what went over his head was if you migrated here, you're not Aboriginal. That ended the whole entire debate. That
Right.
ended the entire debate because who we call $5 Indians or that's what they call them today, or who you call Native Americans.
Yeah.
The earliest they could have arrived was 8,000 BC, but you showing Lucy at 14,000 BC. So it's like, you know what I mean? Even if
Makes
you dealing
sense.
with Naya, it's still 3,000 years later. Plus, it's thousands of miles away. You know what I mean?
And Naya and Lou, yeah, they 1,000 miles away. They ain't
Yeah.
even in the same communities.
Yeah, at all.
Historically, they different.
Yeah, I saw it out the gate. I saw where you was going out the gate early. I was trying to figure out where you was going with it, but then when I peeped, I said, "Oh, that's where he going." You know what I mean? You connecting
destruction. You can't come here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm separating the people like Naya. I mean Luzia,
Yeah.
who predates this cataclysm. Right?
The cataclysm, the cataclysm and the migratory. Then when you brought up the Beringer Strait, talking about at the earliest that was able to even cross would have been at least 3,000. Yeah. I was like, there it is.
Yeah, way
there it
before.
is. Because they're linking themselves to the first migratory wave that came around that time. You know what I mean? So that's you talking about 6,000 years later after the fact. You know what I mean? So that right there was crystal clear. That was crystal clear. You know what I mean? And it showed that Lucia is not connected to who or what is referred to today as Native Americans. You dig? If she's connected to anybody, it would be the Aboriginals. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro. Yeah, that was easy distinction. I like the way you kind of walked them. You walked them right into it the whole day, the whole night. I said, Cal think he slick.
Yeah.
Cal think he slick. He walking him right into it. But then he was agreeing with you, man. He flipped his position several times. He said one time that Lucia predates Clovis, and then said that Lucia doesn't.
And
you know what I mean?
Listen, the crazy part is he tried to say they was 11 kilometers apart, but when you put the GPS on that
600,
thing,
600 kilometers, yeah,
600 kilometers apart.
Yeah.
That's between where she from and where Luzio is from. But even in her county, right in Lago Santa, they're still 333 miles apart.
Yeah, and they're found thousands of years. They're dated thousands of years apart.
Years after each other.
So I don't think he was catching that when you was like, the distance between Detroit and you know what I mean, Louisville, Kentucky, and they're 6,000 years apart. How can you sloppily make the claim that they're the same people? You know what I mean?
Genetic test.
Yeah, how's you proving it without any type of Now it's easy.
No, I'm gonna use these younger bones and who I'm gonna just lump in with her. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm gonna use these younger bones who don't look like her and got Asian genetics.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? You see earlier when you came out with the Beringer Strait and was showing that, right? And he came out and tried to rebut and say, why did he even come out with it? This has nothing to do with it. Some of this cow only to go back and refer to it. Did you see his migratory charts? And look at that. He started following the path up towards Siberia, the crossover. I say, damn, do we know he's straight following the actual? He said that he don't believe in that earlier. That ain't got nothing to do with what he's talking about, only to go to it later. I was like, damn, this cat is all over the place, man. Yeah. Right.
And the Negro skulls that they have found predate Luzia. So that's a continuum. We okay, we show that to Luzia, these is for show niggas. But afterwards, after the Younger Dryas, which is the last glacial maximum, after that end, till 8,200, it's impossible to pass the Laurentide ice sheets. You can't live on it. Nothing is there. And as a matter of fact, everything that did live on it is now frozen in the Laurentine. You can't. There's no life there.
Yeah.
None. You did what I'm talking about. So how you walking from Mongolia, Siberia, all the way through? First of all, you got to get over 1,000 miles from the end of Siberia past the Great Rockies, and then try to migrate through Canada down into the Americas. Nigga, ain't no way.
Yeah.
You couldn't. It ain't no way. And then you got melt pulp. You got okay. This is the crazy part, because after the Younger Dryas, right, is done, you have an extinction event that 72% of everything in America died.
Right.
Man included. This is why Louisiana and them just poof. You dig what I'm talking about? They disappear from certain areas, but they pop up in a whole nother area. You dig what I'm talking about? Now they just misnomering us as Africans.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the crazy part is, I look more like Luzia than Naya do.
Man, you pulled out that picture, that reconstruction of Lucy. I say, damn.
She look like a Cherokee chief to you?
Man, you look like somebody outside right now. About to flat foot cuss your ass out with a square hanging out her mouth. You know what I mean? She like somebody outside right now. What are we talking about, man? Yeah, man. But yeah, that was an easy victory for you, bro. It was easy to understand too. So not only was it easy for you, but for anybody that was listening that may not be as up to speed with any of that, such as yourself, it was easy to understand. You know what I mean? I learned a few things. I was like, oh, okay, that's what he was trying to say. You know what I mean? You know how you have a conversation with somebody and then certain things, you can't retain everything all the time.
Right.
Certain things get past you. You feel me? So as you explaining it during the debate, I'm saying in my mind, based off prior conversations I had with you, that's what he was talking about. Okay. Yeah. Like the increase came for me. Like, oh, okay. I got it now.
I see. Yeah.
I got it. That's
the crazy thing is that listen, man, shout to the creator, man. Listen, this is so dope. Yeah,
that's right.
Shout to the creator, man. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine just being in that religious hole right now. Just
nah, man.
Goat heads and I couldn't imagine caping for Jeebus. You dig what I'm talking about? I couldn't imagine it. You dig what I'm talking about? To be trapped in that mind today when this is so liberating.
Man, tell me about it, boy. Can't do nothing but keep Kool-Aid smiling around this deal.
Man,
you ain't lying, bro. It was easy, man. It was a bomb presentation, and like I say, it was easy to understand. That's how you can really tell if somebody know what they're talking about. If they can take something complex and break it down to where somebody who don't know nothing about what you talking about can understand it. Oh, okay, that nigga know what he's talking about. Then
there ain't nobody but Jaja.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Gift, though. That's the gift he gave me. In the Bible, they call it a discerning heart. I call it a bullshit-o-meter.
You hear me?
I know when it's some BS on the floor.
Right.
And just to hear certain things back, like, hold on, how did they make this leap of logic? And and I'm getting to the point now I can just look at the words. I gotta read them, but the truth pop out a little bit on the page, literally. Truth just sits a little higher, even on the paper. You ain't gotta believe me. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta believe me, but I'm just, it stands out. You dig what I'm talking about? So when the stuff that's on the page, and when I look at that, that's the lie. The stuff that stay on the page, all the rest of that, woo, but boom, there was one migration, but it's two phenotypes here. One looked like an Asian, and one looked like an African, so-called. We know the Asian migrated, so that means that the one that looked like an African is Aboriginal. It don't come from them. You dig what I'm talking about? So to make that point, it's nuanced, and to try to pack it in 15 minutes, I just thought to debunk the whole talking point on its basis was the easiest way to do it. And just to debunk it, he's using the same theory. They just applying it to Asia as they did with out of Africa.
Out of Africa, it's the same thing. Yeah. It's out of Asia. Yeah, I noticed that.
The next thing, like Jaja say, man, you give them a little knowledge, they swing to extremes. So out of Africa been debunked. We debunked out of Asia. Now the next thing is gonna be out of America. When is niggas gonna understand that Creator did this thing everywhere? Yeah. It ain't nowhere that it ain't a man.
Right. Right. Nowhere where it ain't a man.
Right. You know what I mean? And guess what? The first one of them is Aboriginal.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Man. Come back to that. You Aboriginal to that. That is what it is. You did what you So, and when you clear that up with the term like Native American and understand that shit didn't even exist before the 1960s.
Right. What they doing? They always reclassifying. They always reclassifying.
Who else been reclassified but the real Indian? They called it. You didn't call. Why have they called you 10 different? They called you Negro, colored, Indian, freedman, black, African American, colored, freeman, colored, Indian non-tax, Negro. Nigga, they didn't call you everything but a Ahuan.
Jigaboo, spirit chucker.
Nigga, fast running, high jumping, spirit chucking. You did what they called you everything else. Yeah. So now we're just trying to bring this stuff out, man. You know what I mean? And and we gotta stop. Listen, because the point is, okay, we got our own shit. We is our own individual. Let's get it together. Yeah. That's the whole point, to wake it up, because truth, none of this Aboriginal shit gonna make it to the higher heavens like that. Yeah, tribal warfare and all that. What makes it to the higher heavens is your culture. So if your culture that you was practicing is the Creator, just like your ancient Algonquin fathers, guess what? Just like they coming back to you now, you get to come back to your ancestors later. As the great Algonquin dog, but you the reawakening in Cosmos. You so different. You different. You the reawakening. We didn't know we was the Algonquins. We didn't know. We was niggas. Right. I ain't saying no different. You dig what I'm saying? But they twisted up our history and being prisoners of war in our own country so long, bro. They told us what we was. Yeah. And I ain't have enough time to sit here and argue with you, nigga. Not in the 1860s. All right. I'm trying to take something.
Right. Too busy trying to catch up. Too busy trying to make a mark in his life.
I don't care what you call me. You did what I'm talking about. Some people just couldn't care. Yep. Stay away from me at this point. You know what I mean? I don't care what you call it.
Yeah. No doubt, bro. No, man, look, you did an excellent job. That was an easy 30 ball. Yeah. Easy to understand. And what really hung dude for me was he disagreed with you only to agree with you later. Or agree with you early to disagree with you later. Either way you want to call it, that's what he was doing. The one example was the Bering Strait. You brought up the Bering Strait early. and then he came back and brought it up later. You know what I mean? So man,
and rework my talking point.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It was so crazy. I think really right off the top, I got right to it. You dig what I'm talking about?
Right you wasn't playing around. You got right to
it. Premise down. You dig what I'm talking about?
And that's why I was over.
Because what he did was he was arguing what I was saying in prior, just talking. But he don't know I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to talk about in the debate with you.
Right.
So I'll tell you. First of all, I everything that I was telling him then was debunking it. But I was setting him up the whole time. You dig what I'm talking about? Just to hopefully share some light to my brothers and sisters. You dig what I'm talking about? But the dog was with it. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody to think I was picking on him or nothing. You dig what I'm talking about? He didn't have a chance.
No, the way you came out and attacked that, you took everything away from him early. So then, from there he's just trying to play catch up. But he ain't prove it. He ain't really proved nothing that he was talking about. You know what I mean?
Because he kept you. Because the thing is, ain't no test for losing.
Right, so and then once you put the date, once you put the dates on it, once you put the 14,000 BC, and then you show the, the extinction level event, and then you show that what the earliest date that Bering Strait would have even been passable. You know what I mean? Once you showed all that, and then showed the earliest migratory or the earliest migration of that first wave that all them identified with was no earlier than 8200 BC. That's 6,000 years later. And there was people in the chat that caught that. There's a couple people in the chat that was like, oh, okay, I see where Cosmon going. He just ended the whole. Look, people were saying in your first round, debate already over. Because you can't get around. So when you put it on the timeline, that's what it was, big dog. Yeah. So I'm gonna slide up out of here, Cal. I'm gonna slide up out of here, brother. Hey man, love, light, and power to you and yours, brother. The creator's with you. Excellent job tonight, champ. The creator's unstoppable, undefeated as usual. And for any of y'all that don't know, from the conscious community to the Aboriginal community, the Israelite community, Creator Gang is in the building, baby. You bring them, we raise them. CGG, I'm about this deal, bro. Salute.
Man, shout out to the 4 horsemen. That's my brother Malachi Maccabee, man. Young Mikey Turtle. That's young Mikey. Hey, you better get right and get popped with a nunchuck.
Nunchuck. Boy, what do you say? Harness some vortexian energy and start spinning that nunchuck. Pop you right in your mouth.
It's crazy. It was crazy. I don't know what happened. Where the thing went out for a second, and I was cooking. You dig what I'm talking about? So I had to bring it back because did you see me show the vortex?
I did. I seen him. I seen him.
The vortex. I showed him that this mug spin.
Yeah, just like them nunchucks, baby. All right, bro. I'm about to here, man. Love, light, and power, Aki.
Love, light, and balance, my guy.
All right, bro. Peace.
My brother Malachi Maccabee in the hit house. You did want to talk about? I want to come on in, man. Anybody else want to come in, man? Already seen the debate. Anybody want to get a? Let's see who in there. Did you see the guy PNF copy my style too? They was copying your style. Come through, buddy, Brown. Come through, Brown, buddy. Come through. She say, I like MST of A. A lot of them is against the MST of A on Aboriginal channel, though. Yeah, I see that. I think they not against it, right? Because as like, let's say the brother A1, right? He came up Moorish too. You dig what I'm talking about? It's not that they against it. It's just that through all this confusion to now add more again, you dig what I'm talking about? They ain't trying to do it. And the brothers don't feel like they more because more is tied to melanated European people. You dig what I'm talking about? So I don't think it's that they hate them. They just don't want to be termed as more for the most part. You dig what I'm talking about? Because it kind of does cause a little more confusion. But I think many people, and I probably need to do a lesson on this, is they always talk about the MOO more, right? Or the MORISH, Moorish, right? But they never talk about the MUU more. They don't talk about that MAUR, which is Romanized. It's actually the A is a second U, more. You dig what I'm talking about? This and did y'all know that before 1848, Mexico was called Mauritania? I don't even tell you that. Land of the blacks, Mexico. Remember, they had a war in 1848 over Texas with Mexico, right? The land we call Mexico was then called Mauritania, the land of the blacks. Look it up. You did what I'm talking about. Who else in here? See what they talking about. I had them from the University Temple. Let's just go down and see what everybody talking about. Cleveland, Ohio, Aboriginal child. They was very disrespectful to me. I actually seen that. I think, you know what? I'm gonna just keep my thoughts to myself, but I think what kind of threw it off was the approach. You know what I mean? Not saying you was wrong for bringing them through. You did what I'm talking about, but how it was brought about, you know what I mean? Because it kind of seemed like it came out of a place that was like, nigga, I'm a, you know. And but dog, I did see that, and they handled cuz. You did what I'm talking about. They ain't had to do the OG like that. You did what I'm talking about. They was on his head. That wasn't cool. You know, and he a elder, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Or did they have his son? Give me in the chat. Was it his son? They had his son? Or was it Damuel Sr.? Because if that's the case, then damn, that's called. You know what I mean? That's called if they did the OG like that, man. Come back there, bro. I mean, everybody ain't got to be with everybody. Everybody ain't got to believe what they believe, but just understand that if we was all in the car and the police pulled us over, we gonna get the same ass whooping. So that means we still struggling through the same problem, whether we believe who we are or who we praise. And something need to be done about that. You know what I mean? That's the problem. We don't love each other. That's exactly what the sister is bringing forth. It wasn't no. Honestly, I get it though. You got to understand there's a generation gap. You know, you got to remember a lot of them the young homies. They 30 and under. They OGs 35, 36, 7, 8. So they coming into they grew up in an era with the knowledge is like, and our OGs didn't. So you know, it's like they're not compatible. You dig what I'm talking about? But I feel what's going to have to happen is the last of the real ones. The last of the real. You dig what I'm talking about? Going to have to step forward. And it's not going to be everybody. And it ain't going to be about what you believe. Do you pray? You believe in the Creator? All right. You willing to put them babies first? Okay. Come on. You dig what I'm talking about? The rest, Creator say, man, no, you're going to have to go back to communal living like the ancients. A lot of people don't see any purpose, any good to paying attention to your customs, your heritage, where you came from, where you been, what you did. You know what I mean? What your ancestors did. They don't see They don't see the spiritual connection because they don't even understand that there is a bond in the blood. It is a record that is written by Vortexian. It's a Vortexian record. We call it DNA. The creator called it ESPA. This is how DNA works. This is what makes a C, a T, a G do what it does when it was, how it does. Somebody wrote that code before you came out your daddy whoop-de-whoop. You dig what I'm talking about? Who do that? Who's that guy? That's the guy we serve. Many people call him God, but in fact, you say Islam, love it, baby. Ain't no doubt. You dig what I'm talking about? I believe Islam is just a stepping stone to the Great Spirit also. It's one of his ways. He gave this understanding to a certain people at a certain time to raise them up. If you got it, you got it. You dig what I'm talking about? But are you willing to live to its highest tenets? Because if you look at every religion at its highest tenets is do good works. And there, you see what I'm saying? Do good works, feed the homeless, help the babies. It's at every one of them. Now, sometimes that's forced at the end of a sword. You dig what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm saying? And your God trick you sometimes, like, nigga, go kill them niggas. You dig what I'm saying? And problems coming to the world. But it's coming a time, y'all, that all that genetic memory is waking up. And listen, Jaja cold. He cold. And get this. Just get this. Wrap your mind around this. You only gonna get what you supposed to get. And everybody don't get everything at the same time. But guess what? You getting it. So many of us had to go through Christianity to get this. Many of us, after we left Christianity, we got into Hebrewism. After that, we start to see a difference between what we was biblically told and what we see in the real text of the people who was living during that time. You see a marked difference between the 1611 King James and the Dead Sea Scrolls. They're not talking about nothing the same. You dig what I'm talking about? So we all came through these steps. You dig what I'm saying? And people get to looking in the Nicene Gospels, the Essene Gospels. You dig what I'm talking about? 12 ecumenical councils. We get to looking in these books will give us. This is why they say knowledge is power. Because power earns you perspective. Knowledge gives you power because the power is to change your mind. She said they ain't coming back. What else we got over here? Let's say, video debate. Yeah, tag me in that. Yeah, tag me. What are you talking about? Yeah, tag me in that. First time, say greetings spiritually from Chicago, USA. Give thanks to the Most High Creator. Yes, sir. Of all the creation, the judge, the jury, the only one worthy of worshiping. Say that. Praising, thanking, remembering, learning, etc., etc. Yeah, say that. You dig what I'm talking about? We don't get. It's clear. This is what's dope about a WASP. It's clarity. You know what I mean? It's clarity because it gives you a different point of view. Many people like to say, oh, it's just plagiarized work from the Bible. No, it ain't. It don't say nothing the Bible say, nor the way it says it. Yeah, there's a verse in your Bible that say where your Savior, Jesus, say, I ain't coming to bring no peace, I'm coming to bring a sword. In Owaspy, the beast said that to man. And his lower self rose up for him, said that I'm going to not bring peace but a sword. So to find out the fact that, and then to find out that literally they go on, the beast split themselves into 4 religions called Buddhism, Brahmanism, Christianity, and Islam. And then I don't just say they the beast. I look at what they do. What does the beast produce? What is the character of a beast? War and death. You know, over 1.5 billion people have been put to death to found Christianity. Some people say upwards of 2.5 billion people have been wiped out in the name of Jesus. Some people say that roughly 1.2 to 2.4 billion people were wiped out in the name of Allah. This war so old in India, they not even remember because they wiped out everything. This is why when you see many of those great structures over there, they under 60, 70 feet of everything. How do you bury a pyramid in the middle of the desert? They're going to make it make sense one day, man. We're going to run this back, man. I'm going to let my brother Malachi get on there and we can slow it down. You dig what I'm talking about? Y'all sub, like, share, man. I'm going to get up out of here since don't nobody want to come through. I'll just come through. Let me see who else talking. Yeah, man. Hey, listen. The crazy part was when he came out debating my talking point. And then he said, he was it's a debating tactic called begging the question. Why is he taking the Aboriginal history away from the Aboriginals when in fact his whole point is to argue that the Aboriginal is now an Asian? So that's why I made to point that out in the debate. But the crowd was smart. Shout out to the Algonquins, man. Shout out to the Algonquins. Shout out to all black folks in America, man. Create a little y'all, man. Just come on in, man. Come on in, man. Everybody got to get a taste. You know what I mean? Look, man, I love y'all. Love, light, balance, man, as always. As always, man, I just want you to breathe in. Let the light in, man. I'm Cosmonian, and I'm out. Wait a minute. Hold on. Got the sister Skittles in the house. Got the sister Skittles in the house. What up, though, Skittles?
Peace, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, peace, love, and light to you, sister. What's the word?
Oh, peace. I just wanted to say, that was a good debate.
Thank you. You watched the debate?
Yeah, I was in the chat. I had paid for a ticket.
That's what's up, man. Thank you for supporting, man. What did you think about it?
It was good, you know. Like I said, I do support Lucky because, like I said, I think he's like 28 or 26. You know, so
Yeah,
I do support my people regardless of if they say they African or American, whatever. You know, I'm not that kind of person. But
yeah.
I told him I do think. Well, I know a lot of things that you were saying was true, and I did agree with it.
That's what's up, man. It's just this. We in this time, man, where the light is coming. You can't deny this stuff no more. You know, and what we've been finding is that many of the things that they've always told us was evil is actually good. Many of the things that they told us was wrong is actually right. You know what I mean? They told us this thing was a fairy tale, but now we we see it on TV every day. You dig what I'm talking about? So I know this world ain't got the best intentions for our people as a whole anyway. So to see us waking up like we doing, you dig what I'm saying, is amazing, man. And thank you for coming through, Skittles. Where you from, Skittles?
I'm born and raised in Wisconsin, and my family is from Chicago. And to be honest, I don't really rock with too many people from down south, and it seems I get a lot of haters be coming up out of Tennessee. Like I said, that dude, Aboriginal Power, seemed like he one of them because, like I
What?
said, to me, that's like a clout chase move or a punk move. You know, I don't know him. Nobody up here knows him for him to even come out the blue and mention me like that on this panel. You know, I was holding a conversation, you know, with
Oh,
somebody else on his own channel.
you the sister that brought the MSTA brother Damuel on?
Right, correct.
Oh, okay. All right. It makes sense now. I said, go ahead and finish, sister. My bad.
Yeah, I don't know him. And like I said, he came for me first, and I was holding a conversation with somebody else. You know, I was holding a conversation with DJ Cuddy on DJ Cuddy channel. You know, it didn't even have nothing to do with you. For you to even go, you know, like and make a video and do all that, to me it seemed like a clout chase move, and it's a punk move because you're trying to pick with women, but you're not gonna pick with no dude.
Mm, mm. Um, you dig what I'm talking about? That's my young homie, man. Ab, man. I'm not gonna say what was in Ab heart. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna speak on that. But what I will say is, I hope y'all get that together. You know what I mean? I hope y'all get that together because if it is what you saying it is, then it really ain't that bad. But then you look at it like, well, then why? You know what I
That
mean?
actually is
Yeah.
what it is, because not to cut you off, that's even what Damuel from the MSCA was saying. He was like, yeah, it seemed like they was just like on some just like some bully type of stuff. They were just trying to start some stuff. And that is what it's like, because you know, if nobody mentioned you, you know, and I'm not holding no conversation with you, what is your purpose of doing all that? That doesn't make sense. You seem like you jealous or like you got some type of animosity or whatever it is. All I know is that's a punk move, and whatever animosity you got, you not finna come face to face and knuckle up man to man with my homeboy Tony or with no dude in my family either.
Man, we don't want that, man. We don't want no because you know how our people get. Because soon as the
That's
fish
a
start,
little punk.
you know, as soon as the fish start flying, you know what I mean. Somebody gonna get the, you know what I mean. It's gonna get ugly. You dig what I'm talking about? And I don't want that for neither one of y'all because it's not man. We got bigger fish to fry. So, but I get what you're saying because why even do that then? You dig what I'm saying? I get it. I'm not against what you're saying because I'll watch the show. You know that very show because you was calling in and you was trying to link it in like through a three-way or something, and you had to do it for him. He didn't even know what he was doing. How old is brother Damu ill now?
He's 53.
Okay. Well, there's who his father is. He got to be Damu ill like the second or something. It's a Damu ill that's older than that. You dig what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's not his son.
Oh, they're different?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They must got a big old family. I did hear that. They must got a big old family.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they must got a big old family. We always did back in the day. You know what I mean? We always had my father's mother had 13 kids. Shout out to the people's family. You dig what I'm talking about? And they the
That's
ones
what's up.
grew up at 82 inches. And you know the first temple was at 48 inches in Mount Clemens, Michigan. That's where I'm from.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I grew up right with the Moes. Listen, I don't care what nobody say. I love them. They're my brothers. Shit. I even got a Morris appellation. They call me People's Bay. They were some of the first. Listen, you can talk about Islam and we gotta bring it out. We gotta bring it out because Islam is just a step to who they call Allah. There's a higher service, and it's done not towards the creator, it's done to your fellow man. There ain't no higher science than to do something good to somebody. You dig what I'm talking about? Now, when we get that understanding,
I agree with everything you're saying.
When we get that understanding, that and that is Islam. However you want that, for real, would be the real Christianity. To do unto others as you would like to be done, but not only to do unto others like you would like to be done, to do good works for nothing, because it is its own just resort. Soon it's just coming down to the simple fact, Sister Skittles, that good people gotta just get away from bad people. When they gonna put it together?
Right, I understand that.
You know what I mean? Good people just got to get away from bad people. And guess what? Them good angels go with the good people. You go buy up that good clear land. That good clear, the last of the clear water. You dig what I'm talking about? Get yourself off the grid and create your own. Because if we're doing right anyway, we ain't got no problem with whatever the government talking about. We don't vote. We don't take nothing. We just do what we do. We interact with it how we do, and we work for each other communally. So ain't no big U's, little me's. Everybody rich.
Right.
It ain't gonna be. But see, the thing is, a lot of people don't. They want everybody to get it. Everybody ain't gonna get it. First of all, everybody don't want it.
Right.
And everybody can't get it, because the thing is, you got to step beyond what we believe. You got to know that you love my child as much as I love my child, and you got to know that I love your child as much as I love my own. We can't doubt that. That's Islam. That's how you run a community. And guess what that's called? That's actually called hip-hop. Them same 5 building blocks of Islam.
Yeah.
It's the same 5 of hip-hop. Yeah, it's not just cutting, scratching, rapping. No. People don't understand. This is how we always functioned. This is why the religion, and every religion, they say the same thing. They just change the man's name. They're saying the same thing.
Right, that's true.
Because guess what? Good don't change nowhere. Good in America look just as good in Africa, look just as good in Asia.
I agree, but I'm not going to support somebody just because of what they call themselves. I mean, somebody, for example, like you can call yourself an Aboriginal American, and then like you may not be a good person, or you may not have integrity. Like that don't mean nothing.
Facts. Fact, you can tell. See, in Owaspy teach this. You can tell me anything you want, but your nature, your character, proves who you are.
Right, that's what it is for me. See, for them, it's more about what you call yourself. For me, it's more about character.
Most important, sister. Most important. You can't, because you can tell
Right.
me me and you done planted these seeds in the ground. You done told me these is oranges. I got some orange seeds, Cosmine. We gonna grow some oranges. Okay, we plant seeds in the ground. A couple years later, the trees just start to growing, right? And you told me these was oranges, but these big old red fruits is on this tree, and they look like apples, and they smell like apples, and they taste like apples. Now I know you believe that you is an orange. You think what I'm talking about? But no, what your nature, what your character has proven is that you an apple. You dig what I'm talking about? What you do proves who you are.
Right, but they seem real jealous of people from the Midwest or East Coast. You know, my granddad used to work for Farrakhan. You know, my family, Nation of Islam. They just seem real jealous. You know, it's real jealous.
Wow, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't put that on my little young dog. I don't just put it on the fact that we young. They feeling it. You dig what I'm talking about? They on this new Aboriginal kick, and I think the kick is right because there ain't no there's no mistake.
I think they just jealous of people from the cities. That's what I think.
Ooh,
and that's evident.
Damn, that's heavy, is what it is. Damn. Okay.
And I don't care to support no community that's claiming they for our people, but you low key hating on people from the cities, and you know you're from down south. See, that's what it is for a lot of them over there. And I seen how they treat people from the city different from they treat people from down south. I'm not stupid. We're faster than them, smarter than them, more everything than them.
A lot of them from the south, though.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Is it really for the people, or is it really for just for people down south? Because I'm for the people. You know, the first 3 words in the Constitution is "we the people." See, I want to see all our people thrive in all 4 regions, not just down south or the Midwest. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with that. That's more what I'm on. You dig what I'm talking about? I got a more universal view of everything because I don't even. I mean, of course, you start with your people first. You dig what I'm talking about? But what my people look like? My people look good. You dig what I'm talking about? So good people are my people. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't give a damn what your skin color is. Cause niggas didn't stab me in my back just as much as anybody else.
Right.
So you dig what I'm saying? I don't give. You can tell me anything you want to, but remember, you an apple. So I get what you're saying. I'm at a point to where I'm not gonna let colorism, hate, racism, bias, any of that stuff hold me back from a higher light.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm talking about? You know, everybody. We gotta understand. Everybody can't ride with you. Everybody can't ride with you. You dig what I'm saying? I want the nigga who willing to do the work. That's my brother. I don't care. He could be purple. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
That's my brother. Give a damn who he pray to. You dig what I'm talking about? I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I do.
At the end of the day, whether he believe it or not, the one who answering is the one I'm praying to. You dig what I'm talking about? And he can believe that it's somebody else, but God ain't the creator. But I ain't here to start that confusion. I ain't here to start that confusion right now. We talking. But we the same one gonna answer. You dig what I'm talking about?
Right, that's true.
Religious, you praying to Allah. you praying to Buddha, Brahma, the same one gonna answer. You dig what I'm talking about? You can call him whatever you want to. In different countries, they have always called the creator something different. So we ain't even tripping on that no more. Let that man praise whoever he want to. Is he good? What's his character? Skittles, huh?
And then not to cut you off, but if they didn't see no competition, well, then they wouldn't have never had no problem with me on the panel when I first came with the MSCA anyways, they wouldn't have never even muted me. They see big competition and it really is jealous.
I mean, just tell it, sis. I mean, just, I'm not stopping you from saying, I'm not going to stop you from saying whatever the hell you feel. You can always come on Cosmo Cal TV and say whatever's on your mind.
Well, that's all I had to say, just to clear up, the conversation and what we was having in the chat. Yeah.
Crazy that I seen that show, though. I watched, that wasn't that long ago.
That's what I was saying. It was like a month ago.
Last month, maybe.
Yeah.
That was like last month. Yeah, that wasn't that long ago. November or something. But
I don't want not to cut you off. I really don't respect dudes like that. I don't even consider that a dude anyways, because I come from a long line of respectable men and stuff. Yeah. I don't nobody do that, to be real. I don't know nobody that get down like that anyways.
Right. I mean, sis, everybody ain't got to be your cup of tea. You ain't got to rock with them niggas at all. And guess what? You ain't wrong for that. You ain't wrong. What's best for you is the best.
They're actually nobody cup of tea. Because anybody in society could see that that's not normal. The whole thing, with that debate and stuff a month ago. So yeah. And then plus for me not to know you and you don't know me, it is a little strange.
Oh, I thought y'all see, that's new something. That's new to me. I thought y'all knew each other, how y'all was talking.
No.
Yeah. Oh, so okay. All right. Yeah, that do hit different. That hit a little different. Do your homework on nigga talking shit to you and don't even know you. I'm talking about. It do hit different. It do hit different. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mariah. Yeah, Mariah. Waspy is undefeated. Creator is undefeated. It's not spooky. It's practical. As a matter of fact, it's the Junior Woodchuck guidebook to the spiritual world. If you need to know, if you need to know how to make a spaceship, you dig what I'm talking about? Listen, Waspy ain't miss nothing, man. It teach you how to brush your teeth, to wash your ass every day. It didn't miss nothing. How to get spiritual gifts. How to prophesy. Not that the book prophesies and gives you prophecy and the prophecy comes. No. It teaches you how to prophesy. And then not only does it teach you how to prophesy, it lets you know it's 2 ways to do it. It's different. It ain't no Big Bang. Listen. And the crazy part is the science world knows what a Waspy knows.
Right, they do.
That we gave it to them. We gave it to them in 1984. They've been in think tanks since the 1990s, since Hugh Rose gave them boys the breakdown of the cosmology or the science of a Waspy. You did what I'm talking about? They in think tanks today in NASA, working out the whole vortex energy science that came up in the late 90s, fresh out of old Waspy. They're figuring out that all energy spirals. All of it. You dig what I'm talking about? And that's how you make anything. That's the so-called word in the Bible, the logos, the sign of the creator. Yeah. It's the vortex. It's the motion that creates. And this is why everything moves.
Right, I agree.
Yeah. Cause Jaja don't make no mistakes.
Right.
He don't make none. He got this thing. You call him whatever you want to. Allah. I call him Allah. I know what I'm talking about now. So guess what? When I say Allah, I mean the most high knowledge. Huh? I know what I'm saying because I know what the word Allah means. And Jaja know my heart, so even when I say it, he know I'm applying it to him. So I ain't got no problem calling to Allah with my Moorish brother.
Right.
They'll get it one day, sis. They'll get it one day. They still young though. All of them in their 20s.
No, they all younger than me, but they tried to say Aboriginal power. They all older than me, but they tried to say I was 47. I'm only 30.
Yeah, they young. They young. And they just now finding out they Indians. They don't feel African. They never felt African. They ain't. You dig what I'm talking about? They don't have no cultural heritage, but they've been duped. And now they've woken up out of this and they got some information. And when you come into the truth, it makes you feel a way. And when you got that that zeal, that bundle of nerves in you, the truth gonna make you do a thing. You gonna barbecue or you gonna meal do, and them boys is barbecuing. And so things get caught in the mesh that shouldn't be burned, but are. You dig what I'm talking about? And that's how I look at the situation with you, because it shouldn't have been handled that way, especially if y'all didn't really know each other like that.
I mean, he knows we don't know each other. That was intentionally. And some people, they just don't know what they're talking about and want to make themselves look like they know what they're talking about by trying to make it look like somebody else don't know what they're talking about. But if you don't even know what the word sheik means, you damn sure not saying I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right. Oh man. Oh, we'll clear it up. But if we don't, guess what? We won't. You dig what I'm saying?
I mean, we don't got. I mean, not to cut you off, but we don't. It don't matter if it don't get cleared up. We just know you ain't the smartest, you ain't the fastest, and you ain't the hardest.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Hey, yeah. I get it. Yeah.
See, that's why they don't want a variety of our people getting on the panel and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm the coldest. You dig what I'm talking about? When it comes to sorcerers, I'm a sorcerer. You dig what I'm talking about? But that's my young dog, man, and he a leader. He a general. You dig what I'm talking about? But this is where the last of the real like us come in. We gotta talk to him. Because he can lead. Man, listen, they starting something that is gonna unravel so much. You know what I mean? And it is gonna get us back in a different position. You did what I'm talking about? I think she's sister. Okay. Yeah, she they opening up a can of worms, but it's good. You know what I mean? It's a good can of worms, and they need to come out. You know what I mean? But there is a way to do everything. There is a way to do everything. And this is why the faith is moving grows so slow. Because if I ask y'all to come shoot up some dumb shit, I'm going to get 10,000 niggas to come along and kill up some shit, shoot up some shit, sell some dope, do anything fucked up. I'm going to have more people than I know what to do with. But if I come to ask you something good, I'll be lucky to get 10 to 20 people. But guess what? It's all you need.
Right.
Just trying to get the job done. So I think we coming into in this era. The era, the current time we're in is called Cosmon, right? Cosma means balance. And as men, we've had on earth throughout time, we've had time where we've had great physicality, where we took advantage of great earthly sciences, knowledges, physicality, and to where we even build places like pyramids and all that stuff, right? As the culmination of the physicality of the knowledge of man, right? But in this time, we're gonna rise high spiritually. You dig what I'm talking about? So you're gonna be able to have a physically high raised man and a spiritually high raised man all at the same time. And this is why it's so much information. They call it the information era or the golden era, all that. It's so much information at this time. You know what I mean? Because it's leveling out all the lies from the years before. So it's coming. It's coming. And this is just the beginning. This is going to be a information age change totally for our people for the next 600 years. We in the 175th year of the Cosmon era, or 78,175 years since the creation of man. So if anybody ever asks you what year it is, it's 78,175. We're in the 25th 3,000 period of time called an arc. We're in the 25th, so we 75,175 years, or 72,175 years into the Cosmon era. You dig what I'm saying? So that's how you tell time. You know what I mean? Everybody else tell you, like the Hebrew calendar, that the world was made in 3761 BC. When we got whole societies older than that. You dig what I'm talking about? Canaan older than that. You know what I mean? The people. Yeah. So you can't believe that. So the Creator just revealed everything that was hidden. He revealing it. You know what I mean?
Right, I agree.
And everything that was hidden, he revealing it. If he making it shine now. You dig what I'm saying? And this is why we find that many of these stories, your Abrahams, your Moseses of the world, your Poles, your Chinese, and don't nobody ever talk about the great American prophet. If you know the great American prophet name, the guy who did the same thing Abraham did for the Israelites, he did for the Algonquins, the Negroes, the Anguis of America. If y'all know his name, put it in the chat. Because that's my big bro. You ever heard of Hiawatha? That's how you know you got it from an anglicized verse. Yeah. Well, his real name is Iwata. He is the great American prophet, and he looked like me. He looked like you.
I believe it. We got a street called Hiawatha in Minneapolis. That's him. But I believe what you're saying. I believe it.
Listen, there was a time where 4 great prophets came up on the earth all at the same time. Our Creator don't do nothing little. So the same thing he did for the Israelites, getting them together with Abraham, he did it for the people in India, he did it for the people in Asia, and he did it for the people in America. At the same time, Abram was doing it for the Africans, because mind you, Abram is Shemitic. He's not Hamitic. Shem is Persia, where he comes from, ancient Persia. Remember, Abraham's daddy name is Tehran. So where is modern day Tehran? Persia, in Iran, where the so-called the Asiatic black man, that term is Persian. You can also say Phoenician, because the Phoenicians are Persians who just migrated to Canaan land. This is where your Asiatic black man come from. He is the Negro of the East. He's not Hamitic. He's not the East Indian. He's not the Asian. And he's not the African or the European. He the nigger. And he looked just like me and you. And over time,
Right.
Creator said, I made them to go west. When the whole Ahuan race go west. So, and remember, the whole point of Abraham going into Africa was to raise the genetic stock, so the Africans could produce their own prophets, seers, and woo woo woo. And notice, they give us a date for Abram, like 2200 BC, right after the flood. Well, he really existed 3953 BC. He was born in 3993. He was 40 years old when he walked the tribes of Zerl and Iz and the Lycians, who become the shepherd kings later, into Egypt. 3953 exactly. That's 800 years before there was an Egypt, period. It wasn't even called Egypt. It was called Arabia, where you get your word Arab from. You dig what I'm talking about? So that genetic stock, and if you notice, 3953 BC is before you ever even hear of an Orisha. Way before. So if you had to get a prophet sent to you to be able to raise up, because everybody else got a prophet.
Right.
Where's the prophet for Africa? It's Abraham. His name is Abram. Why they call him Abraham is not because he was a father of many nations. That's bullshit. Abram was sent to Ham to raise up the genetic stock so they could raise themselves a prophet. It's not till after this time that you even begin to even hear of magic in Africa, period. It's way before Egypt. Way before 3150. This is before Ugar. This is the start of Natufian, 4000 BC. You dig what I'm talking about? This 3953.
Yeah.
So the same thing that Abraham did for the Asiatic black man or the Negro of the East, aka who would go on to be called aka the Israelite, which first of all, ITE on the end of your name, hence Persian genetics. You dig what I'm talking about? This is why when the influx come, they always say they a Negroidal looking people, but they're Shemitic, not Semitic. Shemitic.
Right, Shemitic.
Yeah, because guess what? Persia and India, or what's modern day Persia, the Stanics, where you got Iran, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, from the Zagros Mountains to the Himalayas, is where the nigger of the East come from. That's ancient Persia. But let's go back further than Persia, right? To where that land is called, because Shem is not a man. Shem is a land, right? And from the Southeast Islands and Australia up through modern day India and all the Panic states, the Uzbekistans, Iran, Persia, all that is Shem, all the way to Turkey. So from the Zagros Mountains east and India and the Southeast Islands is Shem. And right in the middle where the three lands meet, Africa, which is Ham, India, which is, or excuse me, Persia, which is Shem, and Yafet, which is Asia, which is China and Russia. In between them lands, where the three lands meet, where the most mountains and the highest mountains are in the world, because that makes sense, because continents, when they crash together, they make mountains.
Right.
Right? Okay. So where they're at in that mountainous region is where the Asiatic black man, the nigga of the East, is from. He's called an Ahuan. Same thing he was called here. The people, I'm saying, the large Negro who produces people like Abram, Moses, Yeshua. You dig what I'm talking about? From that Negroid from the East. They the same thing we is. They not Hamitic. They Shemitic. But they dropped them genetics. But them people, listen, man, Owaspy crazy. Owaspy crazy because it's hinting that okay, first of all, you know Moses didn't split the Red Sea, right? He split the Reed Sea. Look, it's in the Bible. He split the Reed Sea, R-E-E-D, not red. But that is conflated because a reed, right, is the sign, one of the signs, and when the three reeds are together, that's the sign for Egypt, where writing come from. You dig what I'm talking about? That area. So that would mean the Reed Sea is actually the Ethiopic Sea. You get
right,
what I'm
it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, but where is the Ethiopic Sea today? It's called the Atlantic. So it makes sense why this story is shit 3,500 years, 3,600 years old, and people still talking about it because he ain't split the little Suez Canal. This nigga split the Atlantic, and they walked from Mauritania to South Carolina, aka Shekel Mareth.
Yeah, they did walk.
They walked.
And I was explaining that to some of them in the chat that it's possible for them to have walked because, you know, they even said some wild mountain lion cougars even travel way from Montana all the way to Connecticut. Now, why is it impossible for them to have not walked from Mexico to over there to the Atlantic, to South Carolina and stuff?
We have boats. We carved the Mississippi. The Mississippi, we built that. That's not natural. I explained, I was trying to explain to the brother on Big Ab channel the other day, Root Words, who I believe I got a debate with next Saturday, that, and the debate topic is, are there little people historically known to be in America?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Man, I'm about to skunk him. He ain't got a chance. I mean,
I don't think he do either.
I don't even gotta prove nothing. I'm gonna just show you what the science say. Fight with the science. Fight with these primary sources and people who dug them up out the thing, who will tell you not only is they 4 feet little people, I'm talking about 16, 17, 18, 20-inch tall, full-grown men who got a whole society and a graveyard. So if you don't have a graveyard if you don't have a society. You dig what I'm talking about?
I believe it because I have seen some of our people that's real short like that.
And I ain't talking about the midget type.
I'm not either.
But little, like
little. Yeah.
We still got that genetic.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen some of our people like that.
And guess what they call? Guess what science calls these little people? They call them the mound builders. Right? They are the Mississippians. The great Oeklo Pan, or the people of Pan. right? These the people who survived the Great Deluge, what they misconflate as Mu. You dig what I'm talking about? And survived and landed in Guatemala because America is Guatemala. So the place where the ship, the 34 ships that survived the Great Deluge were called together Guatemala. Those people landed in Guatemala, or the land of Guatemala, right? Guatemala means the four tribes, or the land of the crossing, but you still see it's four in a cross. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And we from day one had a nigger stock that was in every color. The brown, the white, the red, the black, all here, all iron, all Mississippian, all Negroidal for the most part. And guess what happened when you mix everybody anyway? You get a nigga. He ain't gonna stop being brown.
Right.
I don't care if you mix listen, you mix an American Negro with any Hamitic African, with a Hindu Arab type, and an Asian and a white boy. I bet you pop out a brown nigga like me. How much you want to bet?
I don't know if they may be that brown, but I have seen some that came out that brown before.
What? I got a nigga and an African and a brown ass Indian.
I have seen some came out that brown before, but not many.
But either way, and guess what? In 1,000 years, I'll be able to spit a white boy who is a 100% nigga, blonde hair, blue eye. That is a Negro.
That's true.
You dig what I'm talking about? That's just in the genetics. It's just there. You ain't got to do nothing about it. You dig what I'm talking about? When you mix everybody together, they brown. Ain't no way around that. As a matter of fact, ain't no white or pale skin Aboriginals. Period. And in America specifically, out of all the Aboriginals that are in the world, we call them druks, right? Out of all the Aboriginals in the world, everybody else's was brown. Ours is black. We got the darkest people in the world too.
Yeah, we do.
Cause our Aboriginal was black. Ain't no mistaking we was niggas.
Right.
You call him hominids, you call him Adam, you call him hominin, you can call him archaic human. He wasn't like you.
And they even found so like a Black Panther, they saying roaming around in New Hampshire. And see, I believe it.
Guess what that the great King Tuscaloosa, you ever heard of him?
Oh yeah, my great granddaddy from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Guess
what Tuscaloosa mean?
What do it mean?
Black warrior.
I heard that before.
Guess what his son name is? Black Panther. So the movie was about over here, not over there.
That's what my uncle in Nation Islam told me. So I believe it.
He was right. Because if there wasn't no Black Panthers here, right? Why would an indigenous American who comes from a stock that predates white folks even being here, name himself? How could he name himself after an animal he's never seen?
Right.
Tuscaloosa, who, mind you, Tuscaloosa sun is about 7'5". Tuscaloosa is about 9.5 feet tall. He big as what they say Goliath in them was. Right here in America. He right in Alabama.
I heard of that before.
Here. Ain't nobody else here. And it wouldn't have mattered if the palest skin was over here. Who was going to tell him he wasn't an Indian?
Right.
That don't make him not an Indian. People got to get over this colorism because they ain't like your grandfather and my granddaddy and them wasn't hunching. And hunched on everything. So stop acting like that.
Right.
Stop.
And I also heard nobody in the world gave the mountain lion more names than our people over here in North America too.
Come on.
Because they call it a puma over in South America. And we call it a mountain lion. We call it American lion and cougar. They said nobody gave it no more names than what we did over here.
It's so much stuff that ain't even here no more. Regardless of all the stuff we still got. It's so much stuff. And then dig about this. We ain't seen nothing in Amazon. They said out of all the animals in the world, right? I wanted them to say that it was something like it's over 1.8 billion animals, or we've never even seen. We've never.
I believe it. I believe it.
This is forum phylos. We don't know what they are. You dig what I'm talking about?
I believe it.
You know? Yeah. Puma Punku call. Listen, man, I got to bring out some of this stuff on Puma Punku, man. Listen, man. This stuff goes straight back to pond. A lot of this stuff is older than 25,000 years old. Much of this stuff is pre-flood. The flood happened, and I'm not guessing. I'm telling you that the flood happened exactly 22,553 BC. Not years ago, the year 22,553 BC, exactly. Second month, what is it? 7th day, 10th day. So roughly around May 7th, May 10th.
Oh, that's close to around my birthday.
553 BC, the great deluge started. But see, what they never tell you is why. What happened to the world? They don't never tell you that the flood happened because a continent got sunk. There was a continent in the Pacific Ocean, right? That was that is the size of 3 Africas. It is now the floor of the Pacific. You ain't got to believe me, but the proof that it happened, I got more proof. Listen, when I get back into this glacial gods, Ice Age gods and glacial maximum, listen, I got so much more information than I brought out the first time, and that was a 6-hour video.
I believe what you're saying.
The proof that the continent was sunken and was carved and pushed below the waves, and is now the floor of the Pacific, is that where it was carved from is now the most active volcanic place in the world, called the Ring of Fire in the Pacific. That's the proof that a continent was pushed on the world. And guess what? Right now, as we walk around, it's about, because of the spin of the vortex, centrifugal force, it's a push towards the center, not pull like gravity, right? So there is a pounds per square inch being exerted on the planet right now, and it's average 14.7. right? So everywhere, regardless to where you at, there's 14.7 square inches, pounds per square inch being exerted on our bodies right now, just sitting here doing nothing, right? So, why be so cold? It not only tell you which God sunk the planet, but how he did it. And then it gives you a formula in a way to calculate how much pressure it takes per square inch to crack a continent and push it beneath the waves. Now think about how hard it is just to push a basketball into the bottom of a pool. So imagine pushing a continent and taking the top and making it the floor. The water gotta go somewhere, right? Water gotta go somewhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he big dog Ace sunk that mug, and that's what caused the deluge. And this is the whole myth about Noah. Noah ain't a man. Noah is a time. Noah's a time. The time Noah is the and this is why they call it Noah's Ark, the Ark of Noah, is because an ark, first of all, an ark period is how you measure time. But an ark is roughly a 3,000 year span of time, right? So
yes.
Time is measured in 3,000 year gaps called arcs. The very first one was called Wayne, right? We are in the 25th today called Cosmon, right? Which means balance. The 17th ark is called Noah. Noah's Ark, the Ark of Noah. So if you know when to start, you can count back effectively using ark data, even down to the minute to the second. This is how we know that right at, I think it was 11:59 and 57 seconds, it started raining. You dig what I'm talking about? We
yes.
can pinpoint the time that the rain started during the flood.
Right,
That's
that makes sense.
how WASP is. And then so look, it gave us a method of calculating roughly how much it takes to sink a continent the size of 3.5 fucking Africas. 63 million square miles. That's the foot surface print of the Pacific. So basically, it ran from Japan all the way down to the bottom of South America, all the way over to where they finding all this New Zealandia shit. That's really just pine. It's sitting on something. They're just mountains. It was the mountains that was above the ground, now the floor. So he gives us a way to calculate about how much pressure it takes to crack a continent the size of 3 Africas and push that mud beneath the waves. And it get to a number so ridiculous. And it's roughly like 37.5 billion pounds per square inch. Could you imagine? That we don't have enough explosives on Earth to produce that. You could blow up every bomb in the world and you couldn't produce 37 billion pounds of square inch pressure, especially sustained. Because remember, I got to push it beneath the water. And this
I believe what you're saying about crazy. That like about the continent and stuff. One of the continents
is missing.
Yeah, because if you look at like that map of Laurasia, and then like over time, if you like notice it, well, from the way I look at it, it look like it is like a little piece of some type of continent is missing. It do look like that to me.
It's the Pacific, the whole Pacific. It ran up and down our western coast, right? All the
It
way.
makes sense to me.
As a matter of fact, Japan is a piece of Pan. Japan means remnant of Pan. This great continent that was sunk is called Pan, P-A-N, and this is why even today it means first in all the earth. This is how you get a pandemic. You dig what I'm talking about?
Right.
Pan mean everywhere first, because that really is the first place that the very first men who were able to walk upright, speak, and be homo human for real are from there. They try to claim it's from Africa, but it's not. It's from Pan, it's from the Pacific, and everybody, and this is where you get your stories of Atlantis, your stories of Mu, your stories of Lemuria, all come from Pan. You dig what I'm talking about? 25,000 years ago, 22,553 BC exactly.
It makes sense what you're saying.
The Noah starts, the 17th arc cycle starts 23,153 BC. Then they say in the 600 year of the life or the time of Noah, the flood came. Even the Bible say that, right?
Right, it does.
Okay. Well, if you count 600 years from 23,153 BC, you get what? 22,553 BC. See, if you know where to start, you know. See, if you can't expect to end up in the right place if you start in the wrong place. You could do all the right math in the middle, but if you start in the wrong place, you're going to end up in the wrong place, correct?
Right.
So if you know where to start and then you use the proper time length, you're going to always end up in the right spot. So you're not guessing. That's called
right.
See, that's how you tell time. Owaspi teach that. I still got my circle 7. What you mean? What you mean? You did what I'm talking about? The prophet was the first person to let me know that Jesus went to India. Owaspi come back and confirm what he's saying. And then the nigga who I figured I find a book later on and I don't got nothing to do with none of this. Where the spirit himself come back and say, yeah, I went over there and got that. The stuff that they put into Paul, nigga, I really did that. I brought the gospel back. Ooh-wee. His name was Apollonius Italiana. Ooh-wee. He say the stories that they write about Paul, John, and Jesus is really about me. Ooh-wee. And guess when he was born? 2 AD. Guess when he died? 99 AD. And guess what? He was the oracle for Vespasian and Titus and Domitian. So he is recorded in history, proven. He was there in 73 BC when the Messianic Brews got messed over at the fall of Jerusalem. What? He was there. He the one who saved Josephus. Remember they tell the story about a nigga named Eleazar do all this shit? That's really Apollonius. Ooh,
right. Wait. Yeah, because I noticed in some of their stories, not to cut you off, it do be the same person. But it just got like different names.
Did think about this? We don't have another story besides Josephus. Ain't no other book in the 1st century. None. And that don't come out till 95. Well, the writings of Josephus are they're from about 73 at the fall, but they're backdated to the time of Jesus. Like it's a prophecy. So this is why Jesus and Titus do the same exact thing in the same exact place, say the same thing. The whole fisher of men story, really, Titus is killing Jews who trying to run away from him and jumped in the water. He killing Jews and fishing them out the water, putting them on his boat. That's the real story. But they wrote it to Titus's destruction in 73 AD and backdated it to what Jesus was saying, so they could prove Titus was the savior, but that meant Vespasian was God. You think our ancient ancestors was going for naked niggas in the tent with this, and we rather die.
Right.
We rather die. Up in here, Caesar. We gonna give to Caesar Caesar. And guess what them boys did? They went and lit Rome on fire. They burned it. They don't never tell that story. They don't tell nothing about the Maccabees. Them boys was riders. They was wrong. They should have ran. I know. But I've been right there with them, boy. Right there with them. And see, we come a long way. Sometimes we got to get out our own way.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? We know better now. But look what Eleazar and them did. They said, man, just look. You can eat this pig, bro. We ain't even gonna kill you. That nigga said, nigga, move out the way. Let me climb on this rack real quick. I'd rather get on this rack and die. You ain't gotta put me up here. I strap myself in, cuz. He told dog to move. Get out my way. Boy, he said, I'm old. Before I turn on these young ones and they see me cower out like a punk, like a bitch, to save my life and I'm an old nigga, no, I'm going to die like a rider. Right. That's how they went out. Boom. So all the stories we got from the Bibles and all that stuff is the stories of the sellouts. Like Josephus, like Reverend Yohanan, Maccabee and them dad, Judas and them dad riding. And at the same time that Jesus is supposed to be dying, it's a nigga named Judas who's actually dying. Nobody 1st century even seen Jesus. Nobody. How? But they seen Apollonius, the greatest writers in the world, Origen, all the 1st century, Tacitus, all the 1st century writers, even Josephus mentions his work, but he don't call him by his name. But it don't matter because he's the prophet and seer to Domitian, Titus, and Vespasian, the Roman Caesars and emperors. He is recorded doing everything. Can't deny him. He 1st century. He there. He there where all the books come from. You can't get a book nowhere in the world if it don't come from Rome, 1st century. Why we only got Josephus then, but you supposed to be of the enemy. You supposed to be the Jew, the Judean. How you write in Greek? Huh? Yeah. You was all and how you get Greek Roman citizenship if you ride against riding against Rome, you thug it. How you staying in Titus's palace now?
And my grandma didn't like white Italians for some reason.
Huh?
My grandma said they didn't like the Italians for some reason.
Cause them niggas was stealing shit.
Yeah, my grandma and them didn't like them.
The Italians came in and stole shit from the Etruscans. The Etruscans is niggas. The nigga who gave them every Rome everything. Believe me when I'm telling y'all, don't believe what you're talking about. Early Macedonians and all them, like Philip and Alexander and all them, they wasn't just pale white people. No, they had a little tinge in them. Was they niggas? Nah. But they come directly out that mixed Etruscan stock. And don't get confused and fooled that it wasn't no white Etruscan. They just, the founders who put classical Greece back together. Because remember, it went through a dark age. Coming out that dark age, nothing but Etruscan. You dig what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Alexander came up out of there and overthrew that. Philip of Macedon and all them boys, the Macedonians and all that. Yeah.
Oh.
But
they didn't like the white Italians in Chicago.
They don't like nobody. They really don't like nobody, but really they just hating on themselves because remember, Italians is the niggas of Europe. They came over here with the same title, but then once they was able to get civil rights and be able to do all that, they gave them people the Italians do firefighter stuff, and they do they work on the docks. They also now police. You dig what I'm talking about? It used to be a lot of police, but at first they wasn't. They was the criminals.
Right.
You dig what I'm talking about? They was the criminals. They was the niggas. You dig what I'm talking about? So, you know, it's just funny how the tables turn. But guess what? The tables just keep turning. So this is why I ain't mad at the whole idea out of nowhere. Everybody want to be a Israelite or spiritual or something like that. But right along with that, they've been remembering them stories Grandma said.
Right.
They've been remembering. You did what I'm talking about, and your grandma ain't never said shit about no Africa. Never. Never. You want to know how I know, Skittles? That your grandmama ain't never said nothing to you or your great grandmama if you was lucky enough to meet her, which I was.
One of my great grandmas still alive. One of them is.
You better talk to her. You better go learn everything. They are literal living libraries. Fuck what everybody else talk about. Go talk to her. Because guess what? You are what she is. You better get it. My grandma gave me some stuff. I got some stuff that's going to ride with me forever. Change my life.
That's true, yeah, because a lot of the stuff my grandparents and my great-grandparents told me, it did change my life. So that's true.
Because guess what? And you ain't never in your life, you can't think of a time they ever told you anything wrong.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you want to know how
But yeah,
I know?
my grandma, not to cut you off, but my grandma, she did say, she always said that. Like, I remember hearing that since I was like 6 and 12. She said, yeah, the original people of this land over here, these are actually black people. She said, these are our people over here.
Yeah.
So I did. I heard that a lot from her.
Yeah, and see, that ain't no mistake that's coming around, especially when you get up in Owaspy and they find out that it is the Algonquin ancestors directly themselves who was great praisers of the Great Spirit, even way back thousands of years ago, who have come back to inspire the nigga of America today, the Algonquin today, misnomered and disheveled and pushed in the corners of society. But Jaja love us the most. He listen, because we go through, how we know? Because we go through the most shit. And we still keep coming out on top. They can't stop it. And what they think gonna happen ain't gonna happen. How I know? Because I serve the Creator and I know my Father. It ain't never worked. If they could have killed you, they all would have already did it.
Right.
They don't want to kill you. They want to be you.
Yeah, they do.
Man, peace to the righteous gods, man. First person they ever said was God was you. Don't matter where in the world that society rose up. It's called the Sun Kingdom. It has tributary systems. And guess what? The very first one of the niggas, whoever was at the head of that thing, was a nigga. Don't matter if it was in Asia, India, Persia, Africa, Europe.
I agree.
We gotta get past this shit, but a nigga gotta say it. Because if we don't know, we don't know. You dig what I'm talking about?
Right. That's true.
If we don't know, we don't know. And it's good to know that what we don't know ain't bound to us spiritually. You see what I'm saying? I'm not. If I don't know something, they ain't holding that against me.
Right.
That's good. It's good to know. You dig what I'm talking about? That means
Yeah,
right there that if I do some finite bullshit, kick a dog. Yeah, I would never do that, but I'm just saying, I kick a dog, right? Because I kicked the dog, I'm not going to burn in hell forever. Like the stories try to tell us. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm not going to go to hell forever if I don't have those zeets and little tassels hanging off my coat. If I don't rock my hair, if I don't cut my facial hair. Listen, I don't even like my beard like that because it don't grow thick like everybody else's. I got that engine stuff. I got some engine in me. My facial hair don't go crazy like that. You dig what I'm talking about? I got that cut in me. So I'm just glad that I'm alive at this time because I've lived through the crack era. I came up in the 80s. You dig what I'm talking about? I was a puppy. I was born in the late 70s. I was a puppy in the 80s. So I've seen the bottom and I'm seeing the increase. Listen, and they have no clue. They have no clue what's about to happen. Have no clue. They scared somebody gonna come back, crack the sky. You listen, Nick come back, crack the sky, and you get in the shit with him. You deserve to get what happened was about to happen to you, cause didn't nobody explain you how this spiritual nigga put your physical body on his spiritual plane.
Right.
No, nigga, that's a goddamn man. He gonna hit your dumb ass with some onion, oregano, some carrots, and some bouillon seasoning. You deserve to get whatever happened to you. You get on that motherfucker shit you want to. How is your nigga body gonna get on a spirit jeeba ship? Don't the ship gotta be physical too then?
Right.
Okay, well then that ain't what you think it is. That ain't God. That ain't the creator. You can't even see creator. So who the fuck is telling you to praise him? Who is that? See, this is what Owas be opening up, man. Owas let you know who it is. And sometimes it's not who you think or who you thought it was. Ain't who it is. It get ugly. It get ugly. You did what I'm talking about. They've been bringing up my auntie now lately. They've been down talking on the Empress Verdiasi from the Washita. You did what I'm talking about, but they don't know the
Yeah.
great work she did, man. And we still got a UN seat, 292. That's a real seat that nobody goes and sits in.
I think I heard of her.
Up there. Nobody goes to sit. That everybody believes that that's fake. That they don't have a UN seat. That's real.
I think I heard of her, but I didn't know about her having a UNC.
Yeah, no, a seat at the UN is 292. Her
Oh,
son,
okay. Yeah, I heard of her.
her son's still alive but I don't think he want to deal with it because it was a time when it got messy. You know what I mean? And it affected him when really it ain't gotta affect him because really I'm proving big dog Indian. You dig what I'm talking about? So
Yeah.
I don't have to fake like it to do nothing. Y'all ain't even got to use this. You, as a matter of fact, you can't. Now, you see what I'm saying? So things start happening. But the information was already out there and they wasn't following in the Empress's. But I'm not gonna say she was all the way right, because she wasn't. But I see the growth. Because from the time I met her to the time she passed, that's not the same queen. She had even stopped even connecting the whole Islam thing to it, and also Africa. She was just teaching about Mu and the people here, the Washita, the mound builder, the Washita dug the mountain. Sound like Greek, it sound like Creole, don't it? Yeah. You did dug the mound, yeah. What I just asked you. You dug the mound, yeah. I just asked you, did you dig a mound here? Big Aboriginal. Pow. Coming through Car's mind, man. Good looking to my young brother coming up, man. I was just about to text you, let you know everything came through on that end, man. Handling business, bro. I love you, man. Hey, I got the sister Skittles in the house. She got a contention with you, bro, because she felt disrespected. Hold on, she said she felt disrespected one day because she brought the OG through and she said you gave that nigga the Ginsu knife, chopped the nigga up and put him in the blender. You dig what I'm talking about? She feel a certain way about that shit because she said y'all didn't really know each other like that. You know what I mean? To throw shots and shit. You dig what I'm saying? I said, do what I said, and then you come and clear it up. I said, I don't think it's like that, like it was personal. I said, I just think niggas is on fire, and sometimes shit get burned. What you say, Big Ab?
Peace and love to everybody on the panel. You know what I'm talking about? Congratulations on your win and shit. As far as the Brand Chic brother, we just conversate like men. That's all. And at the end of the day, he was like, "Hey, I enjoy this motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? And he came on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's all it was. You know, ain't nobody too good to be critique, check, anything. You know what I'm saying? If I heard something that's outdated from one of the elders or brothers in the community, that me as a youth, leading the youth and bringing back to the elders, I must correct them and give them the right advice, the right information and tools. So we don't stick with the old stigma that you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah,
you understand me?
That's a lie. That's like the same old lie, like they told you the game is to be sold, not to be told. No, nigga, you supposed to give the game away. Yeah, because if you die and you didn't sell it, and you wasn't a good salesman, guess what? The game died with you, and the world is worse off for it. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
I actually watched that show, bro. Now I thought you and Shorty kind of knew each other or something. You know, because I know how it be on the channel. Niggas is not just going for just to be called Moors. You're not gonna call me a Moor because we know, you know, that's connected to you know, copper colored Europeans. You dig what I'm talking about? And who come out of Africa. So the youngsters not really, they not feeling that period. And then in America, the Moor is tied to the Moor Science Temple of America, and a lot of young people is not feeling.
I don't even think it was about the term Moor or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So, excuse me, brother. I just think it was more or less. We coming from an Aboriginal standpoint at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Some people have different understandings. That's all it is, and that's fine. You know, I'm okay with that. I don't know really what the lady is talking about me disrespecting somebody. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, you say you ain't even on it like that, Bap, huh?
Nah, you know, I don't even be on that same time, kid. I'll be chilling, you know what I'm saying? I'll be on that.
I think it just went left, and you know what I mean. Sometimes, you know what I mean.
I never even raised my voice at the brother. Though I don't believe I ever cussed to him. I had no argument with him, not like that.
I'm trying to remember. Y'all was going hard though. Y'all was going hard.
Yeah, there was a lot of motherfuckers on the panel that day too, though. So you know,
huh?
I said there was a lot of people on the panel that day too. You know what I'm saying?
I remember I was watching the show. I remember when it just happened. You know what I mean? Like a month ago, maybe. You dig what I'm talking about? But maybe, you know what I mean? The Ginsu came out a little quick. You dig what I'm talking about? Somebody feelings got hurt. I said I don't think it was like that. Is it like that, Big Bap? Is it?
Nah, like I said, I don't even remember.
Like, word on the street is.
Let's go there.
Young Baptist got a sword that don't give a fuck about nothing, man. He just cutting everything. I say that ain't true. What you say, Young Baptist?
Nah, I don't even think I'll be pulling the sword out. Like I said, I don't remember having no argument, contention points. You know what I'm saying? So right. I don't remember. You know what I mean? So I don't remember none of that. You know what I'm saying?
So it wasn't no big thing. You don't even remember. Whatever it was. You dig what I'm talking about? So
yeah, whatever it was, shit, it was probably warranted, and it was all love after that. Shit, I forgot about it. It's like water on the duck's back. You understand me?
I get it. Yeah. You keep gritting and grinding. You know what I mean? Yeah. What you got up, Kev?
Peace and blessings, Skittles.
Put the Skittles in the house.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why Damu came in the first place, was because he was disrespecting me, and I was having a conversation with DJ Cuddy, and it was over on his channel anyways, and I never said nothing negative about you, and then you start making a video saying disrespectful things about me, you and a couple of your friends on the panel, Hawk School and them and whatever, and I don't even know them anyways. And that's the whole reason why I had Damu come in the first place.
I apologize to you, sister. Was it anything in particular that I said? Because I really don't remember. I probably just respond to a video as the hood journalist, and I usually keep my reactions to the videos raw and authentic and uncut. So if I offended you in any way, sister, I had no intention in doing so.
I wish I was on my other line. I would play the clap track for you.
Well, that's a lie. I know you did have intentions. You did have intentions on doing that because the whole thing was malicious anyways. But like I said, I don't know. I really don't care. I just moved past it. I was just clearing that up with him in the chat because he was saying about like the reason like why my whole approach when I approached you on a panel, which is why you probably reacted like that. And I was just telling him, like, no, that wasn't the case. He was already saying negative things about me, but we had moved on from that anyways.
Yeah.
I think though, I think we can get past this though, right? I mean, like you said, it ain't gotta be super love, but it ain't gotta be no hate, no nothing, or no hard feelings, and we can grow from this though, right? On both ends. You dig what I'm saying, right? Because I think that was a huge step right there, young Bapperton, just admitting like, yo, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if it was anything that offended you, you know what I'm saying? I just keep it real, so I apologize.
Well, I accept your apology and stuff. Like I said, I did move past it. I mean, that was like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Anyways, we was talking about it, but yeah, we've been moved past it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know nobody was talking about it. I just haven't seen my brother long. Like I said, I don't even talk about it. I forgot all about it. You know what I'm saying? I really don't remember anything.
Hey, really though, I really want you to let them know you dig what I'm talking about. I got another body coming this weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that real soon. Matter of fact, we'll talk about that tomorrow in the after party, man. It's gonna be a good conversation. We got a couple big debates we're gonna be talking about for January.
Yeah, another body.
Some big shit.
And then what's up with the? You dig what I'm talking about? I'm supposed to be Aboriginal. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm coming with the Algonquins. I'm the son of Haunga. You dig what I'm talking about? I'm a Iwata boy. You dig what I'm talking about? Why my first two opponents Aboriginals?
I don't know what it is, man. We just got to stand on this information, stand on the ancestors, man. That's it. It's nothing. It's nothing, man.
I definitely ain't about to put no paint where it ain't. You did what I'm talking about.
You came with some heat today, man. You definitely came with some heat, man. So it's gonna be some motherfuckers shooting up there, but you know what I'm talking
about. I got 3, and I'm done. I'm going to my little teaching mode because I'm on something different, man. Why I deal with the Aboriginal history because I understand that the culture. I'm saying you ain't even an Aboriginal if you ain't practicing your culture knowingly and the source of it. If you ain't tapped in there. If you ain't tapped in, if you don't know,
a lot of it's schools of thoughts when it comes to this, man. You know,
it's schools of thought, but we've always here had an understanding. Here in America, nowhere else. We always served the Great Spirit. We always knew that it was something that made everything that we ain't gonna get. And then it's another nigga lesser than him. We call him Manito. You dig what I'm talking about? He like your brother. He like the spirit. He work around here. He do shit for the creator. Gichi. We've always known that. So we never did praise Manito. We always praise Gichi. It's a difference. But how you praise him is what our culture is. It's doing something good for somebody else. That's our culture. That's how you do the praising. And that's what get us back together. This is how you get another 40 mighty nations and shit. It can't be no big, just big Ab. Got to be big Cosmon too. And big Skittles.
Yeah. That's why I've been chilling, man. I'm trying to see all y'all get to that level of, you know what I mean, credit where y'all supposed to be, man. You already know.
But do you agree also, everybody ain't coming?
No, everybody can't go though. Shout out to my brother 3000. Everybody can't go though.
That's right. What's your thoughts on immigration, bro? I'm gonna get just give me something real quick, real hot. We gonna get back into this another time. I'm gonna bring you through the show because they need to hear the youngsters' thoughts on immigration right now. Give me something about what you think about how immigration is affecting us right now in America.
I believe immigration simply in just simple numbers, you know, not to get into any particulars, but immigration is an effort to take away from the American stock, from the American people. For one immigrant here getting the opportunity and economic success is one less opportunity for an indigenous aborigine. So just by that sheer numbers, immigration is affecting us on that level alone. Then we can get into local economic stability, which they're depriving us from, which is one of the main reasons why the so-called Negro, so-called Black, so-called Aboriginal economic dollar don't even circulate in 2023 one time. It doesn't even circulate one time in our community, mainly because of the heavy immigrant inflation that they dump off in our communities.
Facts. That's real.
Yeah, that's just on the basic level. We can get into the particulars and shit though.
Yeah, man. We gonna dig off into it, man. We get into a little more higher thoughts over here, and we let you go in and expand, because you dig what I'm talking about. Everybody got a different point of view, and you're seeing something I'm not seeing. You see what I'm saying? That don't mean that I'm not supposed to let people
and I didn't see it for a long time, but me being able to move around, being in particular areas where the immigration is heavily influxed. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to see the effects on our people, the cause, the influence, and things like that, and the confusion amongst our youth, amongst our people, that's not pertinent or understanding to what's going on. So for you, Brother Cosmic Cal, you in Detroit, so you don't really see the heavy influence. But if you was to go to about 25, 30 miles out the way to Dearborn, Michigan, you'll see the heavy immigrant population there, and how it affects the local Negro and Black population that's around there as well. So
what up, dog?
They got one of the highest Arab Yemen cultures in the area in the Middle East. I mean, in the Midwest, excuse me. A lot of brothers from the Middle East coming out of Detroit, and Dearborn, Michigan is one of the parts where they huddle up at, and we can find various different parts where a lot of these immigrant groups are in mass huddling and had affects a particular community, especially for those that's able to look like us, for those that's able to be have the same skin tone, that's able to cloak as us under this social systematic terms that we go by, or classifications, which happen to be so-called Negro, Black, Color, African American. A lot of these other so-called Black buffer class or tether groups come over here and use these particular titles in your community. You know what I'm saying? They bring their culture here, their negativity, their vitriol, their disdain, and their crime witness culture. And guess who would get dumped on? The same jacket that they're wearing. What jacket is they wearing? Black. So-called Negro, that so-called, you know what I'm saying? And they get dumped on our people. You know what I'm saying? When it's negative. But when that same tether becomes, let's say, successful business owner, a high educator, something of that nature, he no longer becomes that Black person no more. He's
Nigerian now.
He's Somalian. He's Jamaican, whatever the case may be. So we got to learn how to cut those one-way streets off. You know what I'm saying? That's double standards is what we're talking about. That's what tethering is.
That's right. We'll get into the whole tether talk a little later. You dig what I'm talking about? The boy Ab, man, they be sleeping on my young dog, man. You dig what I'm saying? So they act like they scared of y'all niggas or something, bro.
They really scared of me, man. They know what I do, man. It's different when I get out here. It do hit different.
Hey, listen, I like Ab style, man. And how you bring in the information, man. Just always be fair, Bap. You dig what I'm talking about? Always stay fair. You dig what I'm talking about? It ain't got to swing no way. You dig what I'm talking about? It is what it is. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. Keep it real.
Right.
That's keep one thing real I'm always going to do. Even when it hurt motherfuckers, I feel it. Even when I might get a lot of backlash for it. Got to keep it stacked, bro.
First, before you do anything, before you
know how many times I kept a stack every time, but you know how many times it come down to it where motherfucker be upset and I be trying to explain, like, and then after so long, it's just like, listen, it's gonna be a I told you moment, and then every time in the future it come around to that I told you moment. You see what I'm saying? So it's always gonna be like that, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, hey, what up, though, Trip? What's the word?
Trip was cracking for
No. I'm gonna respond to that since I'm the youngest on the panel, and he want a response from the youth. And speaking of Michigan, I do live in the Midwest, and I'm gonna respond to that immigration thing.
How old are
Now,
you?
I'm 30. I'm not
Okay.
47 like you tried to say or whatever.
So, yeah.
However, as far as the immigration thing, the problem is, now we know immigration, like they a problem, but that's not really the problem. The problem is it's really racist white people, because see, once they fall, then the immigrants they're gonna fall. That's gonna fall right behind them. So that's really what it is. And now, like that dude, Truth 101 was saying on the panel, like like our people being denied for like liquor license or business licenses, things like that. That's being denied from not immigrants, but that's going to be being denied from white people down at these courthouses and city halls. It's not going to be denied from immigrants.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Well, let me respond to that, because I'm gonna say I agree with everything she said, besides her excluding white people as immigrants. So they're not excluded as being immigrants. So when we say all immigrants is affecting our people, that means stimulating from the first immigrants who set up a class system or a system to protect or umbrella.
I didn't say they wasn't immigrants. That's what you're saying. I know what they is.
Right. Okay. So yeah, so all of them are immigrants, and all of them get treated accordingly. But you ain't gonna swing on the ones that's most farther from you. You're gonna swing on the ones that's most closer to you. The ones that's most closer to you is the ones that look like you. So you got to deal with the tether class.
No, that's not what we got to deal with up here. We got to deal with the racist white people.
Look, but
because once they fall, then the immigrants and stuff is gonna fall afterwards. That's how that one goes, because that's who's in power, and that's who they get their power and stuff from when they come over here.
Could it be? Could it be? What y'all think about this? Cosmo about to come with some different shit. All right. They say we live in a white majority white country, right? And we all understand that there is white supremacist setup system, right? Where I can get a bonus for being white with no, if I'm in the system, you dig what I'm talking about? I'm white. So I get the unseen applied bonus. Should it be, if we gonna stay in this system, right, that we should become white people and get the benefit sight unseen too? Because if it's the objective proof of my brown skin, right, that proves I'm something else, but in a paperwork or in a job, you're getting a job in a job description or a business loan or anything. Now I'm a white man, but see, you can still be aboriginals. Why? Because you can't enslave a man on his land, so he is since white.
Right. So I think that could be, but that's what colonization it is. That's what go back to paper genocide in the federal census. So nowadays they don't really gotta physically see what you look like because of gentrification and displacement. They already got category charts of where a certain demographic of the people is. So you don't gotta put your name, they don't gotta see your face. They just gotta see a zip code, and they can make the rational decision off of that. You see what I'm saying? And they're able to decipher through that. So it's a whole system in place.
Whole system. So the thing is, if we gonna be in it, should we integrate it? I mean, all the way. Be white.
I believe integration is a reason of our failure from some of our earlier economic gain. When we look at Rosewood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Wilmington, North Carolina, Black Wall Street, throughout all of North America, that was all before integration. You start looking at integration, you start looking at the.
So you think King was right when he said, "I'm leading my people into a burning building"?
Yeah, and see what's crazy is that's at a later age, right? That's at a later date. That's a different tune he was singing at a later song, which he finally realized he was stupid, which is the total opposite of Malcolm X. Malcolm X sung that same tune earlier in his days. You see what I'm saying?
And they both became
later on.
The crazy part is they was talking about reviving the Indian in America, or Indian anyway, the Aboriginal of America, and they both became the most hated men in the world for trying to help quote unquote black folk. You dig what I'm talking about? They became the most hated men in the world. So it's truth to what Skittles is saying. But we can't apply that everywhere. You dig what I'm talking about? And that's back to what Bap is saying. We got to be selective with the culture. Period.
Yeah, we just got to gatekeep our own. Can't allow none of them, man. You feel me?
Trip. What up, though, Trip?
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of speak on that. I'll just keep it short. I think that the white man used them as slaves. They are willing and loving slaves, and even if the white man falls, those slaves will pick him back up if they can. So they kind
When
of
you
got to go all at the same time. You know what I'm
when
saying?
you say
Got to be one
slave, you
swipe.
talking about Africans?
Africans, Latinos,
Mm,
Arabs, all of them is slaves under his empire. They look up to him like some of our people do, but they look up to
mm,
him in a longing way, a way that I don't think we can fathom. You know what I'm
mm.
saying?
Yeah.
So even if we went to swipe at them, they would be the people that would hide them. They would be the people that would help them get back on their feet because they've done it before. They do it in other countries. Any country that's toppled that gets their own independence is always a group of those motherfuckers that put them back in power.
Right.
I mean, you have to take them all in one swipe. It's got to be, all or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be oh well, we take the white man out and these immigrants will fall. Now these immigrants will find a way to, like I said, if they don't all fall together, they'll be the backbone in which will hold them up.
Mm. You see?
But
Do
that's
you
kind
see?
of
Y'all see the
They
screen?
do all fall together because they all in the same category. And once they see them white people fall, once they see them go out of power, they're gonna go right out of power with them. That's how it works. Because it's not it's white people that give immigrants funding. It's not the other way around.
Mm.
like I say,
Whoever is
you
in
have to
power gotta
understand.
fall.
You have to understand the ideals of a loving slave. They are loving slaves. They love them.
Mm.
It's not going to be as easy as it sounds. It's like I said, it's a little more complex than that. But you're right. But it's two things can be right at the same time. It's just if we focus on one portion and not the entire swipe, like AP was talking about, then you're gonna have the same problems reoccur again. Like I said, they'll hide them. They'll tuck them away. They'll cover their ass. They'll put themselves in front of them as a border. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
do.
on Django, when the master got shot and he cried over him and grabbed him and shit. They'll do that. They'll jump in for those bullets for these people. They're gonna make it hella hard for us to get to them. So, like I say, what AP was saying is you got to get them first, because that's the foot soldiers. You can't go straight to the generals. It's hard to get the generals. You gotta take out a lot of foot soldiers before you can even get close to a general.
And can y'all see the screen? My sister, the intuitive goat, right? And this is a sister. You see what she say? She say, I'm white on paper. She say, I'm gonna get the benefits.
Exactly.
I
If I
mean,
gotta be here, why not be white? In a white.
I
I don't want
I
to
think
fight.
I think business right now is running everything, because I don't believe this country is innately run by white people. I think there is a hidden hand of black rulers, what they call rogue priests from the old world, that are still
Boule,
running the country. And I think they look just like us, and I think they actually hide in plain sight. And I think that they live next to us. They go to our churches and they stand next to these people so that you'll think that they doing it, but at the end of the day, they don't want to tell them to do it. Because even the white man is a slave still. He just though he make it seem like he's the boss. The biggest trick a magician can do is make you believe that the assistant is the master and the master is the assistant. That is a Masonic principle. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest trick that we've been played on is the assistant, aka the white man, is the boss. When he ain't, the master is just standing by watching you.
Well, when we say, I think they done a number on our people so bad that, first of all, white ain't good and black ain't bad, and white don't even mean has nothing to do with race or
Well, I
ethnicity.
mean, I'm just using it as a colloquial term. You know what I'm
I know
saying?
what you're saying. I'm just saying, you see the number they did on our people? Because
For
when you
sure.
see words like black and this stuff is a tie to us, you did what I'm talking about. It gives off a connotation that we've naturally and normally been taught is negative. You
Well,
did.
us as the creator of words, we can change that. Like I sometimes I don't understand. You know, some people don't want to be called black, but I also say black takes in all colors and white reflects all colors. So in the spectrum, so black actually is the taker of all things. You know what I'm saying? So if we change the connotation, like we change the connotation of the word, there's been a bad term for nigga, there's been a good term for nigga. You know, and we use it in our own way. We can change how words are perceived, and we do it every day. You know what I'm saying? Like we say, I got
That's
that
our
drip on.
culture. That's our
Yeah,
culture.
we
It's called hip hop. It's knowledge in motion. So when it needs to
right
change, guess what we do? We change it.
for sure.
Yeah,
But I wanted to say about your debate. I thought you did a very good job. I think you laid it out like a professor. They didn't understand your presentation in the chat a little bit. They were saying this ain't a PowerPoint, but I was like, that's exactly how professors do it in college. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They'll lay it out just like you laid it out with the sources and links, and then they'll give you that in the syllabus, and it's on you to do whatever you got to do from there. You know what I'm saying? So I think you did a real good job. I think you walked circles around them. I think you confused them because you speak on such a high three-dimensional level that most people can't think three-dimensionally. They only think in two dimensions or one. They either think here and now or what's next. They don't think what's around the corner. So you was killing them with the three-dimensional and bringing everything full circle, you know. And I think that confused a lot of people that are low level thinkers, and it showed. But you won the debate, so enough people understood the premise. You know what I'm saying?
right. Now, thank you, man, for
So
coming through, man. You did what I'm saying. It was odd that he was arguing my point. You did what I'm talking about.
most
It was
definitely
he was
was.
confused. He was
I think
confused
he
from the.
confused himself in the middle. And the thing is, I said this in the chat. I said, "Damn, you knew his whole." It's like a boxing match. Like I watched Devin Haney tonight. You knew all of his moves and all of his counterpunches. Because there's no way you could have typed up all those rounds while he was talking. I'm guessing. I think you might have made some small changes to wordplay, but for the most part, it's like you knew all of his punches and you was able to already have them in play on deck to say, I knew where you were gonna go with this. Here you go. I knew you were gonna do that. Here you go. I was like, damn. Like, but I knew in that face off the way you was walking him down and spinning him around. I said, man, you get all the information you need, and he got no information. I knew that night. I was like, oh, he got something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He
because
wasn't
I
sourcing up.
understood what you were doing.
He wasn't sourcing up, and then in I see. The reason I took the debate is because I knew already he couldn't prove what he was saying. He already lost the debate before I took it. There is no genetic testing for Lucia. There's no way you can connect Lucia to modern day native Trip. If I'm gonna connect myself to Trip genetically, guess what gotta happen first? A genetic test between me and Trip.
Right.
If it ain't there, if it's an impossibility to even happen, well, then guess what? If you took that debate, you already lost.
Well, what they don't know is they'll never do those genetic tests because then that would change the whole premise of the entire history.
And they just apply their own theoretical. If it benefits you to ride with the system, well, then that's what they're gonna ride with. So this is why the faithists are here, because we got a whole different understanding. This is why they NASA and them use our work. They don't even use their shit. They use our stuff. And been using it since 1984. Why? Because the homeboy Hugh Rose gave it to them. They still don't understand it all the way. They missing the point because they never read the book. They just understand all the vortex energy, quantum energy, fractal shit. That's straight out of WASP. Word for word.
I want to ask you a little bit
We're
about that.
talking about atomic anything. in 1881. Wasn't no atomic. You hadn't even found the electron, proton, neutron. They wasn't even called atoms. They was theorized to be corpuscles. They didn't even call them atoms. Who else was calling it atoms in 1881? Who else told you that the moon was in the atmosphere of the earth? It's not in space. It's in the atmosphere. They didn't even figure this out till 2019.
Right.
Who else is telling you this? Who else is dropping Göbekli Tepe? It had been buried 10,000 years. Who seen it? Nobody's seen Göbekli Tepe. Kawasaki telling you exactly when it's going to be there and what it do.
There's a good question. I want to ask you this though, Cosmo. There's a good question on the screen right now. You talk about timing and phases. What's the one I want to know? What phase are we in now, and what is the prophecy for this phase?
We are in the era, the time. It's a 3,000 year span of time. It started in 1848. It goes to 4848. It's called Cosmon. It means balance. Now, understanding an arc, it is roughly split into 7.5 times. A time is 400 years, right? So when they say in the Bible, a time and a half time, that's 600 years. Or also in the mythology, you can call a time and a half time Ham, Shem, and Yafet. That's 200 years apiece, right? Ham, Shem, Yafet, flood. Get it? So they are many times cosmological mythoses wrapped up in guises of truth. You did what I'm talking about. And in this era and how an arc works, you rise and you fall. Then you rise and you fall. And when you get into the end of it, you right when it's about to get dark again, it starts a new arc. And the light rises again. And in this very first instance of this time they call it the information age, this is going to happen crazily for the next 600 years or 425 years now, because we already 175 years into this era. It's 2023, or 175 years from 1848, 2023.
Do you believe that we're in a transition of a fall right now?
No, we are in a rise. We're going toward a time of etheric light. And when a planet, see, our creator don't do nothing random. He do the same shit over and over and over and over and over. And then he create the possibility for the possibility of all possibilities, and then he do it. So there ain't nothing that ain't been done. And then he do it over and over and over. He's cyclical. He's forward marching. He's always progressive, but he's cyclical. So if you can peak the cyclical rate, you can tell time. That's what a Owaspie is doing.
But you don't think in this time that this might be a different paradigm and shift of maybe things might reset, or it might go up a level?
Yeah. It's some shit coming. It's some shit coming. 2048. 25 more years.
And what I was saying, she asked the question, how are they going to fall? I think that they're going to fall in the simplest term by infighting. Like all these empires fall, they usually fall from within. And if you notice on the political spectrum, they are infighting right now at a very heavy rate. They're giving you signs that they're ready to shut it down. They claim if this orange man becomes president, it's the end of the democracy, which is a threat. You have to peep things like that. I believe it starts to infighting, But I don't think that it's gonna have I believe in the spirit's been telling me that it's not gonna affect people that's on the emotion and on their path, it's mostly going to affect those who are basically the word might be sleeping. It's going to affect them hard.
Yeah, because yeah, what they don't understand is we are heading the okay. You ever you ever seen no okay, let me give a better well, let me just tell it. We are in a constant rise of high etheric light towards high etheric light. The first in these arc cycles, there are points of where etheric light is allowed to come to the planet and etheric angels with it. What's happening is it's a harvest time. They're called semidans, right? And we're 107. We're in the 175th year of Cosmos, in the 200th year, right? We got etheric light, and then in Cosmon, which every planet goes through, right? Which is a time of ripening. You dig what I'm talking about to say? So that feeling that you're getting that there is a change, yes. And let me twist your cap on this. Ain't no God. Ain't no God today. We have a goddess. Her name is Shesivi Antithotis. So if you've been praying to God, wondering why your prayers wasn't getting answered, pray to sis, this big sis. She's not your mother. She's not your father. The father is the creator. He created her too, just like he created you. God is just the rank of an angel, no spooky.
I would agree with that. I have I don't know. I'm just gonna say it like I said. I call it a Orisha, a great spirit that's with me. That sometimes when people around me and it's dark in the room, they can see it in the corner, the light of it, and it like freaks them out. But I know innately that it's feminine. You know what I'm saying? And I feel I don't know how I figured this out, but one day I felt it, and it went to my cousins and family members. They said, "Man, when I was in a time of need, I thought about you and that thing that you be with you. It came to me and it helped me out." And I was like, "Yo, shut the fuck!" It's like real, you know. Because for a time I thought I was tripping. Like, man, I might be going crazy, but
no, you're not crazy. The crazy part is, let me tell you what the crazy part is. The crazy part is that if you don't see them every day, interact with them every day, don't disprove that they not there. That just proves that you're dark and you can't see because your insides are dark. You know, usually from diet and you know what I mean, behavior. You dig what I'm talking about? So it's not that you're supposed to be in spiritual communion with the spirit. Bro, there's billions of them. Right here. There are more dead people on earth than there are alive. Way more. And then they in different atmospheric levels. The point ain't to stay here. The point is to get the fuck on.
Right.
You dig what I'm talking about? To get up off this mug. Let me take some spooky away from you. Remember the old saying where they said, can't get no worse than this because we in hell already? Let me take the spooky away from you. I'm gonna take the spooky away. Let me tell you about hell. Hell, or Hades, or Hara, is the lowest breathable part of our atmosphere. That's it. The whole idea of a burning place of fire and all that stuff, that's called a knot. And the only reason they conflate it with hell is because it's in the lowest part of the atmosphere closest to the earth. I'm not saying there ain't no place where torture and all that shit don't happen. I'm just saying it's not hell. The lowest heaven, where the creator's heaven, the lowest one that is in hell, because it's just the lowest breathable part of the atmosphere. So breathe it in. This is the worst it's gonna get. Because we in hell already. Yes, the
All right, one more question. What are these secret societies? Well, I know about the Great Work, the Saturnian, Luciferian, acts or actors that are out here. Not I mean actors not only as like Hollywood, but I mean actors as far as politicians, all of them. They are in that vein. Are their spirits different than those spirits that go with the righteous, or are they actually so there is a so they are praying or giving adherence to the, because I tell people all the time, they used to think that like, oh, they don't really kill people, and I've learned that no, these people actually do blood sacrifice. They actually do that because their spirit or whatever the God they claim to, he demands blood. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this shit that ain't as fake. It ain't as fake as they trying to make it seem. You know what I'm saying? But
look, this is the thing. This is what they find out. It don't matter if you call that God Christ and they doing this evil shit. It don't matter if you call him Lucifer, who they praise as that, but they don't even understand that that's all the same false god named Luamon. Luamon, the light bringer or the light bearer, is Lucifer, the light bringer. The same name, same function. So
yeah,
it don't
I
matter
put
if
it
you
together
call
that
him
every culture
Jesus.
had a name one. Yeah.
What I'm saying is people who praise Jesus who do the same shit that the Luciferian do, but what they don't know is Lucifer is Jesus, is Luamon, is Christ. It don't matter. He didn't
Because
corner
the
the
cross is
market.
for Tammuz.
They praising all the false God anyway. He take any name he wants. And yes, they got total different spirits on them. Spirits that are bound to the religious gods to teach that fuckery and that falsehood. This is why they got this secret stuff. All of it's real. All of it. Everything that they told us wasn't real is real.
All right.
I agree.
Everything that they told us was fake is real.
So my question is, how do you defeat a people? How do you defeat a clan who divvies their power from blood, from torment, from anguish, from sacrifice? You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't.
Right.
You don't. You don't. You know what you do? Get the fuck away from them. Me, you, Skittles, we gone.
Yeah, I'm already away from them, but I just feel a calling of I have a warrior spirit, so I know that there's a battle to be fought. I just haven't been told the time and the date yet. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, you might be, first of all, let me explain this to you. The creator says judgment is already against anybody who engages a war, whether offense or defense. So, nigga, you lose in that situation. I'm not saying don't protect yourself. I'm not saying that. This is the Cosmine era. You dig what I'm talking about? You be dummy not to protect yourself. But you don't go looking for war.
No. I'm not saying I'm looking for it. I'm not looking for it. I just have heard the calling of when the time comes.
Who calling?
I kind of have. You know,
that's the question. Who calling? That's the question. Is
discernment.
The right call? Do the creator call for war? Fuck no. So who calling?
Well, I don't know if there's a virus on the, you know, I believe that everything is in the micro and the macro. So let's say we the white blood cells and they a virus that is infecting the bloodstream. It kind of is the white blood cell's job to take out a virus. You feel me? If I say that, man.
You cold.
You see what I'm saying?
Bro, hey, I didn't think you was gonna take it there, but hey, listen, I've
that's not a war. That's killing an infection. You can call it a war, but
I've heard that theory before. And I would be a fake ass nigga if I didn't admit that at times I thought the same thing. I see. I think I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong on it, but I'll be fake. This act like I ain't thought about it. You dig what I'm talking about? Like, damn, if you got a little, make a little, you know what I mean? Make a
Yeah,
little.
because if as above is below and everything is on the micro and macro, there is white blood cells, and white blood cells' duty is to ensure that the apparatus is safe from disease, virus, and all that shit. And the way it does it is it has to take those things out of the living organism. And
Yeah.
we're living in a living organism. Some of us are white blood cells. We're supposed to be out here cleaning the blood. You know, I think they're more closer to AIDS because they're so tricky and they like to change the way that they look and the way that they talk and all that stuff. But since we have got the information and now we can see them, a white blood cell once it understands what it's attacking, is supposed to take actions if it says it in a way that's not too crazy for YouTube. You feel me?
Yeah, but if you look at the brother right here, Prince Judah Vaughn, shout out to my brother, Creator Gang Gang in the house, man. He said, you know, the creator not exclusive. You dig what I'm talking about? He who catch that light, they catch it. Like you said, some people can't think, bro. You know what I mean? They not able to. Me and you can have totally different views, but because we intelligent and because we have spiritual strength, we're not worried about nobody doing nothing to us or whatever. We just talking. We not afraid to have different viewpoints and still be in the end of the day. That's my brother. You dig what I'm talking about?
Well, I think that goes back to the pyramid theory. There's people that have a rulership mentality, and there's people. And I said this earlier today. I think that sometimes we think everybody is going to be at the top of the pyramid and do the actual thinking, but that's not how things work. I think some
Right.
people are meant to do the work, and I think some people are meant to be workers. Everybody can't be at that level. Some people need to have a task in front of them to be done, and they will love their lives for doing it. Some of us are not people that can change, adapt, do different things, learn different disciplines, and always be at the top of the ladder in everything that we touch. Can't everybody think in that way? I've had to come to accept that I can't put my views of how I think, feel, and operate on people that can't do it. They just can't. They can't think that way. They can't do the things I do. But what I can do, because I ran a business before, I can say, okay, you can do this well. Well, do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about nothing else. Just do that. You know what I'm saying? You can paint real good. Well, you just be my painter. You feel me? Don't think about sheetrock. Don't think about tile. Just think about paint.
I'll make
You
sure
feel me?
y'all hit that sub, like, share, man. Share this across your platforms. You dig what I'm talking about? I think this was good bill. Just top session, man. Y'all come through, kick it with your cousin, man. Y'all hit the Jehovah Chronicles list. You dig what I'm saying? And maybe something in there you like, man. If not, you dig what I'm talking about. Come back later. It's gonna be definitely something you like. You dig what I'm talking about? So we creeping up on my 100th video. I started this just almost about a year ago. About a year ago. I'm creeping up on my 100th pure lesson, not just videos. The pure lessons. So y'all go back through there and check it out, man. I got Trip, I got Skittles in here. My boy Bappington came through. Malachi Maccabee, man, came through, man. Y'all sub, like, share, man. I got to get up out of here. I'm hungry. uh,
Hey man, good battle though, man. I appreciate the knowledge. I'm
I
gonna be hanging
appreciate it.
around. You know what I'm saying? So,
I appreciate it. Hey, look, y'all check it out, man. Go over there, Cosmon Cal TV, sub, like, share, man. Sheila Shalom TV, Honor and Humility, Ahuba Eats, Brown's Yogi. Who else is up there? What about Sister Pam? Or what is her show called? Oh, the Sister Pam. Y'all just touch in on Creator Gang Gang TV, Creator Gang Gang TV. Sub, like, share over there, man. You catch everybody over there, and it's always fire and lit. You dig what I'm talking about? With that being said, man, we gonna go out like normal. Check it out, Trip. It's your boy Cosmon, man. Breathe in, let the light in. Cosmine, and I'm out, y'all.
Wow. Good night.
And oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh, it's that Japheth, that Chow Mein, that Papa Bull, that Tao Mein, since sun south in the Arc of Wayne. My brain moving like Tao Sang, so ass above, it's so below. That up and that down thing, this flow is atmospherian. I call that a ground game. See, water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning. So how your God make a sun without vortexing current? See, the pattern is ponic, I'm reaching out for my people. Oh, watch me flow through your speakers, you feel the force of the ether. And when the force gets the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing Puerto. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita. Rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sela. Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door star. And the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahu when it's now a ennui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you making salat. Well, I'm a Israelite, I'ma make him at the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith is so yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah.